Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode number 320 of the AAA Meeting live from my sitting room in Noir City. Fortunately, it's not 1942. It's in current year, so you know how it is. Noir City was shady in 42. It's dilapidated hellhole, and that's why we're in a secret corner of the city because no cops, broken windows. You know how it is, right, Zen?
I know exactly how it is. You hear the sirens and people outside yelling old-timey phrases at each other.
Well, you do. They haven't let the past go easily, They're like Detroit, It's just
Well, that's just because Detroit has the same architecture and structures and leaders and pipes.
things of that nature. So how is it going, Zen?
You calling people hooligans, and I can hear it all the time.
Well, I prefer ruffian myself.
Well, you're not out there yelling at me.
Right. You hooligan! Stay out of my business, you turkey!
Yeah, it's all the same shit. That's all we hear outside. And yelling, yeah, get him.
Let me pull my pants up a little bit higher. Right up to my nipples while I'm angry. Well, Cammy, how am I doing? I'm doing damn sight better than I was last week, let me tell you. It's been a suffering week so far. People talk about
I have heard that that's how they communicate.
Hey.
Oh, Drunkle showed up. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, dude, I did text ahead. Not that really makes a difference. It was leg day, so I got the bus home.
I don't believe in leg day.
You don't believe in leg day?
No.
What, does it scare you?
No, I just beach muscles all the way, baby.
You don't use your legs at the beach?
No, I use my legs when I'm
What, you a
walking.
fish?
I use my legs when I'm walking. I figure that's plenty of exercise, yeah.
Still doesn't
don't
hurt
know,
to hit a calf raise.
Oh, the calf raise. Mate, my calves look fucking banging at the moment.
Wait, like the main doctor from Scrubs, Dr. Kelso, that's what he talked about all the time, was his calves.
Oh, it's the surgeon guy, wasn't it? Todd.
No, it was definitely Kelso.
Was it what, the old guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, Scrubs was okay.
It is
It
not,
was
Polly.
preachy at
It is
times,
not.
you know?
Well, just another guy I know. You hit leg day and you tell us about it in chat. And that's what warded me off of it to begin with. Leg day. Hearing other people talk about leg day, I was like, no. I'm going to go with no. Well, there it is. Okay.
Leg day is not optional.
It is optional, given that I option not to do it. Over there in chat, Shadow Claw, JK, Patio Furniture, glad to always see you, and Fake Gamer Cat, fake as hell. I'm Fake Gamer Polly. How you doing? TC, Fake Gamer Cap. Darren Roots here. Nice TA. Joshua Montgomery. Fuck, I love this. This whole crowd's here. Are all these people here if you start on time usually?
Yeah.
Fuck. Gayest person on YouTube, list. Plague Doctor Zach. Fuck yeah. When people say I got a wrench now state, they're not kidding. Lamented Guide, how's things? And Advocates Dabbly. Nabbly Dabbly.
Advocates. Just advocates.
Yeah.
Advocates, yeah. Avocado.
Every time I read Advocates Dabbly, I think of that line from The Sopranos when Anthony Jr.'s mother, Carmela's trying to tell him about Italy, and she's reading some news story of something that happened in the north of Italy. And he's like, yeah, but that's up north. I thought we were Nabbly Dabbly or whatever. She looks at him, she goes, Napolitan. And she does the Italian fingers when she says it.
Yeah.
Napolitan.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's Italian.
Yeah. I thought we were Nabbly Dabbly or whatever. And it's like, wow. The next generation. That's all it took, huh?
That's all it took.
It always makes me think of Daredevil, avocados at law. The Spanish for lawyer is along the lines of advocate, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Alan threw $3. He says, hello, Uncle. Hello, Alan.
Nice.
Oh, how's things going, Alan? Oh, there's Donkey Punch Bandit. Nice. That was good to see. And getting some hearts and excitement in chat. And who doesn't love the love? You know what I mean?
I love the love.
Yeah.
Drop the love.
I am torn if the chat shows up for us or just to talk to each other half the time.
Well, I say fuck, Gamer Valine's here. All right, well, it's been a nice show, everybody. Glad to see you.
Everyone's going.
Where can they find us next, Drunkle?
Concurrent viewers just dropped by 100, Polly. But it is a community. I mean, look, we've had fucking, people hooking up. We've had marriages.
We have.
Yeah, for people who say that shit doesn't work, it's like, it's incidental and anecdotal, but I don't care. Platy and Farr are married and very happily so. And, they've been planning together for a year and they live on opposite sides of the globe and shit. So, hey, it could happen.
It could happen. I love that when, we're waiting for not waiting for the show to start, but we're there, we do our little thing in the green room. Hey, how are you doing? You all right? Oh, Polly, you sound like shit. The usual.
Yeah.
And you see the people in the chat all saying hello to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I mean, Pinky's not. Oh, wait a minute. There she is. Okay, there. Okay. I expected an explosion of Pinky. They like Pinky more than they like any of us. You know that, right?
I mean, that's just true.
Well, I like Pinky more than I like any of us.
Well, I definitely like Pinky more than I like
included.
you. So, yeah, right? That's like, well, I like everyone more than I like me. That's saying nothing other than exposing my self-loathing. But moving on, Drunkle, how have you been? Other than exercising your legs for no particular reason because you keep them covered up most of the time.
Well, I mean, come on. The lady's like a good leg. It's all about the dark meat, isn't it? The back of the chicken.
Should shoulders be exercised?
That's for you, Paul.
Are you asking me? Yeah, well, hell yeah. Those are the beach muscles. Fuck yeah.
Do you not wear shirts most of the time?
Yeah, but I wear.
Oh, what do you mean? Those are the beach muscles? Are you going to the beach in like denim jeans?
No, first of all, when I choose to go to the beach, it's nothing but, properly pressed, dry, clean dress pants. But
3-piece suit.
And off to a wonderful start with a pepper sprayed child. Who doesn't love a child in pain? Ellen, thank you for the $3. And to you, Polly. Well, thank you. Speaking of which, donations, there's a couple of new ones down there, and I did identify them for those who are so inclined, as well as the relatively new ones. What? The Italian Self-Yeets down there, and Uzi Goofy's there, and yeah, anyway, fun stuff to be had. Sinatra, there's one for you, buddy.
Oh, nice.
I put one together, and I'm like, Sin already has this one, or should have had this one already. And so I made it with love, extra love.
With love.
Yeah. Sugar,
I hope to see it. Which
sugar
one's
baked
it at?
loving. I forget.
Oh, okay.
I put these things together in the wee hours.
Mm.
It's identified as new. It's public service announcement is what it's called.
Oh.
Hold on.
In answer to your question, Polydub, I was a bit of a fool today. Somewhat of a fool.
Did you fall in love?
No, foolish.
Ah.
I saw my mum briefly. When she comes back from my sister's, she'll often stop off. Not like coming into my flat, but she'll just park up in the car park opposite and then go, "Oh, I'm out here." And so I fill up a thermos with some tea, and I take it down, sit in the car with tea. But the problem is the thermos is quite small. You can only put one cup, so we end up with half a cup of tea each. And I thought, no. This time, I'm going to use the water bottle that I use for the gym, and I'm going to fill that up with tea. And anything that we don't drink, then, I can just take back home and I can have that. And I said to myself, Polly, I said, Drunkle, genius. You hyper-intelligent son of a bitch, you've done it again. So I boil the kettle and I go to make the tea and I pour the boiling water into the drinks bottle and it just becomes mush. I melted that poor thing. It was just stood there upright You know, proud to be a water bottle, and then I put the hot water in, and it just leant to one side and fell over. It melted like a witch. I was on the phone at the time, and someone just went, "Why did you just say, oh no?" Hot water fucking everywhere. I was a damn fool. My application to Mensa has been revoked.
Cat's having a little bit of a hard time, Polly.
Hold on. Did you miss it? Sinatra?
No. Yes, I did.
No. Yes. What? Who are you people?
What are you doing in my house? No, I
Where
didn't
am
miss it. Yeah. Okay. See, that one was on me.
Gets it.
Zombie Teddy says,
oh, there it is. That's pretty good.
Turn the music up. I can still hear Drunkle. Okay, see, Teddy got it. Okay, there you go.
No one heard any of that.
Well, you were telling a story about tea, man. I made it very bluesy and American so they wouldn't have to listen.
You did it on purpose?
No, it was.
Oh, you wait till Monday.
It was a coincidental accident.
I mean, the laugh.
Accident.
What?
The laugh tells me it was neither of those things, Polly.
My perfectly innocent, childlike laughter?
Alan, last but not least, Sinatra. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. Did I tell you guys what happened over the weekend?
I'd love to hear very
Play
quickly.
The music, Polly.
Yeah, right. Drunkle gets loud bluesy music. Surely when Sinatra's telling a story about what happened in his life, it should be the
gonna play The Godfather.
No, I was thinking the fat guy walking in Looney Tunes music. You know, the tuba?
Yeah, man. Dun, 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 dun. No, wait, that's the Wild West.
Gamer Pauline, thank you for the 425. Please be a public service announcement about walking off the leg day pain. No, it's just a guy farting into a phone at a public announcement phone at a.
I approve of this
at a grocery store
virulently.
And that echo is not created. That's what happened.
That was a genuine echo.
That is a genuine full-on echo.
No way.
Yeah, that I did not alter it in any way. You could hear the static and whatever the fuck is recorded on the person's phone.
All right.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, you actually did that, you brilliant bastard. And it just like throughout the produce aisle while someone's tapping a cantaloupe, you know.
Don't tap cantaloupes. You'll bruise them.
Well, and it scares the other ones. They think they're next.
They are next.
Sinatra.
Somebody hit my truck.
What? When it was parked?
Yeah. Fuck. When I was in the store.
Motherfucker.
What do you mean when it was parked? Otherwise it'd be Sinatra hitting someone else's truck.
No, it wouldn't. You can still get hit if you're in motion.
No, look, Polly doesn't do legs.
But yeah, it is. I don't know, but it like the damage can be fixed with either duct tape or super glue. It just broke a little piece of plastic off of my bumper.
Yeah, but that's your plastic.
Well, you can buff that out.
No, the plastic's broken. It's got to get put back together. I have a plastic welding kit that I just remembered that I can use.
It's a lighter and a spoon.
But it's like, what? Wouldn't you leave a Post-it note or something? You heard it snap the plastic.
Even if you're not leaving your details, you'd at least sorry. Soz.
Yeah, no, and it's, you know what? It is, again, like I said, it's not something I have to take it to the dealership or get a new bumper. I can get it fixed with a piece of duct tape. But still, it's a polite thing to do.
Yeah, it is. How much would you estimate the damage to be? Let's say it was me and I wanted to, let's not get our insurance involved. Let me hit you off with the money. You seem like a stand-up enough guy to just take the money. How much would it be?
To replace the part? I don't know, like $30 maybe?
Oh, man, I would have just hit you up with the 30 and felt less bad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just tape a $5 bill to my bumper.
Something.
Somebody's gonna
Anything.
take it.
I just
Yeah.
leave,
A
leave
Post-it
some
note saying
change in a little
sorry.
pile. Anything.
Yeah, I could stack up some quarters. Just fuck. But I didn't notice it till I was outside of my mom's house smoking, and I looked at it, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I walked over, I'm like, oh, that's broke. What is that? How does this happen?
Idiots.
Somebody
That's
driving a tiny car just backed up a little too far. It's fine. I'm just really annoyed by the lack of a Post-it note, something.
anything.
Anything. Drunkle.
What?
Just rude.
I had an inspiration when you were saying,
Oh, you did?
yeah, just now, or well, moments ago, when you said you just wait until Monday, sir. I challenge you. I've thrown down the gauntlet. Here's the challenge.
What now?
Are you okay?
I can't promise I'm going to take the challenge.
You can't
I'm
not.
challenged enough.
You can't not. I have a glove at the ready to slap you across the face as an affair of honor.
You ain't snapping. Mate, I'm taller than you. You're a tiny little otter.
You're a giant face. I can't miss.
I am a giant face, but I will eat you.
My point being is like there's nothing to hit but face. What?
Well, see, because you're not challenging me then, are you? Because you can turn down a challenge. What you're saying is do this.
Are you really going to turn down an affair of honor in public, sir? In front of the greatest chat online? I don't think you will.
You want to talk to me about honor?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am not qualified for that conversation.
I can tell you honestly, he is not qualified for that.
See? Sin gets it, right?
Uncle, let's talk about punctuality. What?
Yeah, right. See, there's just some things that some of us cannot mention. Like Sinatra's never allowed to sit there and go, show went on a little long, boys.
Polly, let's have a conversation about the proper way to treat women. It's like, from you, we'll go down to the penitentiary afterwards and talk about personal ethics with some random prisoners.
Was he on about me or you, Sin?
Just the concept of the irregularity of with whom you choose to talk about what. Yeah, I said whom. Mm-hmm. Look it up.
Yeah, I got the other whom. It was a well-placed whom.
Yeah. So anyway, I challenge you. Okay, you talk a hell of a lot of shit.
I do.
You do. And you've been you've been online doing the streaming and whatnots and the editing longer than I have. I would wager so far as to say 3 times as long as I have. I am willing to bet here and now in front of the greatest chat online on the.
It's a bet now.
Yeah, well, I challenge you.
Look,
the only thing that can come out of it is the bragging rights, really. But
shit, bet,
you know, we can take bragging rights pretty goddamn far. I am willing to bet that I can make a better British donation than you can make an American donation.
Ooh, I don't know. Am I allowed to use the Columbine footage?
If you think that's... See, this is the thing. The idea is not to encourage, because Joshua Montgomery was out there and said, hey, I can understand that, or what. There's British people who show up, and I like British people, and I want them to hit the donation going, that is the greatest British donation that I have ever seen. You're supposed to enthuse them to it. Like the American Eagle blasting with the ARs and saluting the flag. Like if I wanted to slag Britain, okay, I guess that could be the thing, but that's not the thing. The thing is to encourage patriotism from the British or Americans in your case. Can you do it? So you joke and you talk shit and you say, oh, you know how many fluttering American flags there are at the end of your donations? Right. As a cherry on top of the sundae, that is the richness of American freedom. What could be better than a fluttering flag? You see what I'm saying?
You said a lot.
I am a
verbose man. I'm up for it. It's going to take me a minute though. I mean, the Queen's speech took me a fucking long time to edit because it was more than my fucking editing software could handle. It kept crashing. I had to do it in little bits and then have the video and then carry on editing over the top of that.
Joshua Montgomery's not even British. See, I don't know these things. I don't know what the name of Montgomery. I thought of General Montgomery. You know, the guy who bested Rommel in North Africa. I don't know. I'm stuck in the past.
Romulans.
Rommel. Rommel. He was a German tank commander.
Like Romulans. Don't like the hair.
Sounds like a rice dish.
Romulans?
Romulans.
No, Rommel. Can I get
Oh,
a
nice.
medium steak? Hold the potato. Let me get some Rommel.
Rommel instead. I'm on a diet.
With a dash of Goebbels on top? Like what?
Yeah, the Goebel sauce.
Cue the music. Yeah, well, all right, Lupus. Let's just let's cue the music. Oh, yeah. Soft bluesy jazz.
The problem here, though, Polly, is that in order for me to make a better American donation, I mean, you can't get better than your Yellowstone donation. That is the most patriotic piece of American cinema that can be found. And you can't get better than the Queen's speech because, I mean, she's not around anymore. That was actually one of the last things she ever said. Do you know how long it took me to get her into my flat to do that recording?
Oh, sometime I'll wager. What?
Oh, long time. It was a waiting list.
And I mean, it was no small feat, just diplomatically, for the monarch herself to show up at a Ramoner's house.
That's right.
I'm gonna just go ahead and interject here. There was no more American donation than my patriotic 500. Just gotta put that one out there.
I forget what it is, and that means we need to see it.
Well, we can wait till Friday for that. I want to see the manliest donation tonight.
Well, yeah. It's an Austrian pretending to be an American.
Manly
Not
Austrian.
American.
Yeah, well, no, but he had citizenship at that point.
No, he is an American
he
because
is.
he was a governor. He's
Well, no, even at that point, he had American citizenship when he made Predator.
So he's an American.
Mhm. And besides, he made very American 80s action movies. I don't even want to know what an Austrian action movie looks like. It'd be like watching Turkish Spider-Man. It'd probably be a disaster.
It's just someone stealing potatoes from their neighbor for a broth.
Right? And not cooking soup.
Eating solid food. Bloody hell.
Well, no, it's just they also have cold soup on the menu. I don't know. The Poles, the Austrians. I don't know what their story is.
Goddamn gazpacho soup.
Yeah.
Well, like Gestapo, am I right? Yeah.
What?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Are you okay?
No.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make my British donation, and Drunkle can just I don't know. I'm gonna try and speak to the I'm gonna speak to Britannia's heart, and Drunkle can just
You already are.
rest about his past laurels of Queen's speeches, even though she's dead.
No, because like a King's Carnation is a month after next, so I've got to make the King's speech.
Now I've heard
Again,
of
no
Martha
easy feat.
Washington's, which are very American flowers. What's a King's Carnation look like?
Pettily.
I would also wager that the $36 donation is very American in spirit.
Which one?
I mean, would I be out of line?
The 36.
Would I be out of line if I said the flower had a lot of stigma around it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You tell Steve Dave, thank you for the $1.99. All of the no. An adequate description of the ratio, Polly. I have to give you credit on that front. Still, bad ratios mean the chat ain't shit. Sorry, you'll have to deal with these miserable chat dipshits. I don't know if they're exactly miserable, but the ratio certainly is. So, to appease his ever-increasing and disturbingly irate anger, by all means, lightly tap that like button. And if you are so inclined, you can share us on social media, which is no more difficult than retweeting the tweet that I already sent out, and Sinatra hopefully retweeted himself, and Drunkle under his account that he rarely uses. He's still on there. Don't let him convince you that he's been banned, because he totally hasn't. He's just lying.
I just don't want to talk to you animals.
Yeah, I get it. It's the people you attract, Drunkle.
I know.
Anyway, thank you, Gulf City Librarian, for the $3 and the Child in Pain, because, well, he had it coming. An Austrian action movie is just Schindler's List from the other point of view.
Good Lord.
I think it's my $3.75, the HBK that kid had to come into. Fuck that kid.
Yeah. I had a number of children in pain ones. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I got children watching pain is another new donation down there. Fairy fail ball. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. I follow an Instagram account called Children Getting Hurt or Kids Getting Hurt or something like that. And it's like a kid just falling off his skateboard after trying to do a trick and he just scrapes his... It's hilarious.
Love it. I follow one that is near enough exactly the same on Reddit called Children Falling Over. It's just, there's something about it just brightens your day, you know?
Well, see, yeah, if I'm ever in a bad mood or grumpy, I just look it up and I'm like, okay, I feel a bit better. That's good.
Hey, your boy Pat's here. What up, Pat? I made that donation out of the kid bouncing the ball, and he goes, "Hello, ladies." And the 2 girls are going by on the bikes.
Oh, that one is phenomenal.
And she goes, "Fuck yeah!" And then I made him Goku level up with the little yellow aura and everything, and he whips the ball and with pinpoint accuracy knocks her right the fuck off the bike, and she face plants.
She didn't even fucking catch herself.
No,
but she did learn.
She did. She came to a full and complete stop by causing friction with the ground with her face.
Just getting hurt is never not funny.
Fuck, that donation got hit twice and then just died. It was like, hey, some of them work, some of them don't. What are you going to do? I thought a super Chad kid knocking a girl off her bike from, Jesus Christ, on my best days at the range, I kind of have that accuracy. That kid did it without trying. And if you notice, he was right-handed, whipped that ball with his left. He did it with the lefty and nailed her.
He's got a bright future ahead of him, Polly.
That's why I Goku leveled him up. He had clearly reached a higher status when he had done that,
Power level was over 9,000.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of purely American shows, and Yellowstone in particular, I've been continuing to watch Yellowstone. And I'm a Johnny-come lately and Johnny-come recently when it comes to Yellowstone. But it is my man Costner, so I couldn't avoid it forever. And good God, am I fucking loving it. So much so that I have made a second Yellowstone donation, though it's not complete yet. Because they always are big, and I got to put in the subtitles and everything because Costner's works is worth it, goddammit. Yeah. So have either of you 2 individuals watched any of the Stone of Yellow?
I have not.
No. It's, when people say it's on the list, there's no list. But I actually have a list on my purely legal Fire Stick. I can add shows to favorites. And it is on there.
Oh, it's actually, there is a list and it's on there.
No, yeah, there is totally a list, yeah.
Have either of you, okay.
That sounded sarcastic. It wasn't. There is a list.
So I have a list and I'm trying to, excuse me. I do have a real list. It's Microsoft Word of things to watch. Weibo and I trade movies back and forth, even though it's been a good while because she's all busy having a life, engaging with
writing
people.
Another book.
Well, oh, look at me. I'm getting engaged. I'm living life. I'm looking for a house.
Gay.
Yeah. That's whatever, yo. And that was on there. And I've been asked by a couple of people to recommend series that are worth doing full on. I'm going to give up the next 2-3 days, whatever it takes to binge watch this whole thing. And what's that going to be? You know what nobody ever names and is absolutely the most addictive show that television saw for years? 24.
Whose line is it anyway?
No, neither of those. 24. Everyone's like forgotten about that show and doesn't talk about it. You kidding me? Jack Bauer? Kiefer Sutherland running around?
I think it's because people
don't like good things with high action and incredible intrigue?
No. Oh. The television people enjoy now is the Netflix uncensored kind of stuff. The CW age of the binge show is pretty much over, I think.
There was the golden age of television, at least as far as my lifetime is concerned, was when it was the weekly episodes, because people were talking about it and wondering what's going to happen next. And that's where, all the fan theories were excellent. But then, don't get me wrong, I love binging a show, but like, you can't really invoke suspense when people can just go ahead and watch the next episode right away. You can't have a cliffhanger ending when there's no cliff.
Okay. I mean, I understand the point you're making. I'm just thinking about it.
Game of Thrones was brilliant. If they brought that out, just one series in a block, it wouldn't have been half as popular as it was.
Okay, you make an interesting point, because I was thinking about this the other day and talking with someone about it, that if you have a show that, 24, as you know, the shtick of the show, the 24 episodes in a season, each episode is 1 hour, and the show runs in real time. That's the conceit of the show, which... Yeah.
Despite all of that, Jack Bauer never goes to the toilet.
He never does. And he eats maybe once a season, and you won't see him eating sitting down. He'll just be chewing something. Do you know what I mean?
He's a busy man.
Yeah.
He's on the go.
And who can keep that energy level that Bauer has going for a full 24 hours? Like this relentless samurai resolution to see everything through to the bitter fucking end, risk his life multiple times. Who can keep this up without, sitting down and having a smoke? Well, he does. And that's where the line comes from. Bauer power. That's how he does it. Everybody explained it away by it's hyper reality. It's everything like turned up to 11. Everyone's more violent, more energetic, more emotional, more can see their way through a problem much faster. Nobody needs to stop and think. They could just, okay, here's what we're going to do. And somebody would have normally taken like a day to come up with that plan. And that's 24. It moves like gangbusters, man. You just, gangbusters, Drunkle.
I'll have to check that one out. I have never seen it. I'll check that out, and I'll check out Yellowstone when you watch the first 2 episodes of Banshee.
Okay, elevator pitch it to me. Shoot.
Notorious thief steals identity of a sheriff to catch up with his long-lost lover, who is the daughter of a mobster.
Okay, one, great elevator pitch. Interesting. What year does this take place in?
Fear, little children. I will help.
That's good. That's really good.
If you watch carefully,
Go again.
the children follow her all the way to the ground. Their heads just go snap and they whomp.
That's good.
Do it again.
A Blackout 8879. Thank you for the $6.50. Evening, lads. I need a drink. And in my relationship with my now ex, I drifted apart, and now I don't like to lead people on. I'm doing a shot of Jack Apple.
Ew.
For every
Tennessee apple.
Yeah, for every year with her, 7 shots by the end.
God damn.
Damn, bro.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But, fucking hell. The only advice we can ever offer here when it comes to a broken heart is that hoe.
Yeah. To answer your question, early 2010s, it's a Russian mobster and an Amish mobster, too. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, the Amish mobster is one of my favorites.
Dude, that guy is one of my favorite protagonist actors.
Antagonist.
Yeah, he is phenomenal.
I mean, Blackout. I mean, if you are... I'm assuming that if you didn't want to lead people on, that you spent a lot of time thinking about it. I hope you came to the right decision, bro. And yeah, drinking is the...
This is the right decision.
It is. It's
the best way to get started.
That's well said, both of you. Right decision and right way to get started. I believe you made the right decision if you think you did after that amount of thinking, and you are on the path to feeling better. So drink yourself into oblivion. Remember, drinking's not supposed to make you feel better. It's supposed to make you feel nothing. So enjoy your drinking today, your hangover tomorrow, and springtime begins afterwards. Sorry to hear that.
It's giving you the tools you need in order to get over it, because you're going to be sat there, you do the first shot, you're going to be like, oh my God, I love this so much. You're going to be thinking, round about a 6th shot, you're going to be like, do you know what? The AAA meeting's right. Fuck that hoe.
Yeah.
And you don't want to text her. No matter what you think, you don't want to text her.
Delete the number, dude. Right now. Delete the number.
That is not a bad idea. The drunk dial and the drunk text. Don't be that guy. You'll regret it the next day.
Even if it's like, fuck you, you're still going to regret it because you opened up the door.
Yeah.
So there it is. Who feels like some schnoos?
Oh, I
Yes,
do.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. We can do that, I
Yeah.
guess. We're not exactly a news show, so I didn't put much together, but I think I can find something.
We're an entertainment show.
Mm-hmm. It's a general format one.
Yeah.
Well,
we try.
I've been told repeatedly by multiple people in chat that just should be us just talking.
Yeah, don't listen to them.
I don't know.
We can't do that 3 times a week. We know each other too well. We'll just be like, oh, yeah, you've told that story already. Whereas, with the news, we've got stuff that we could talk about.
International man
It's
of
nice to
mystery
have
that I am? I haven't told you 10%. I didn't even get into my time.
And I already know too much.
Well, I think what you meant to say is more than you want to, which is understandable. We've bring it up here for you boys.
Plus, the news gives us something to bounce off of.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are doing the little react bubbles over on the side. I'm liking it though. Actually, I thought they were at the first time it was weird, but then, you see celebration, those little party horns, the little paper megaphones or whatever before the show.
Yeah, the little...
Yeah, the do things. Yeah. You see those before it begins. People are the excite and then hearts when, I'm talking, which I understand, because the dulcet tones
nice
make them woo on their own. But then laughs and whatnot. I'm digging it. What's that fake ass? See, there they are right there. Hearts and the excite. What's that fake ass YouTube for like 10 to 12-year-olds? So all the ones that can't make it on YouTube go over there. You now? Is that it?
It used to be a thing.
Does that even exist anymore then?
I don't think so.
Yeah. That was the whole of chat. I remember seeing like clips of people, like I said, they couldn't make it on YouTube, so they went over to adolescents, and it was it was just people hitting the button over and over again, and had like the intelligence level of TikTok. No offense.
No offense.
Is that Darren Root saying you just got caught red-handed? What is that?
I think he said, I'm going to steal your heart.
Oh, too late. All right, let's do this thing.
Let's do it.
Boom. Missing porcupine brain returned to zoo. Pinky is still missing. Pinky, no.
Pinky, where are you? Has anyone got eyes on Pinky?
Give me a 20. Right. See, if you watch 24,
right.
you'll be hearing people asking for someone's 20 constantly because they use all that pseudo-military talk. Let me just put...
The headline leads me to believe the porcupine was named Brain.
Yeah.
Right. So this is why commas are important. Missing porcupine brain returns to zoo, as opposed to someone misplaced a porcupine brain and they got it back, but its little finger is still out there somewhere.
You are correct that punctuation and capitalization is critical because they cue you into things that are they're supposed to be cues rather, and clue you into things that the writer intended, but they don't need editors, Drunkle.
Don't need editors.
I mean, like it was his black man, and it's capital B, and it's like his parents named him Black. That's weird. And it's like, no, he is that. Well, that's an adjective. Why did you capitalize it? Because we're weirdos in the modern day.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what they do. Also, it should be the brain.
Yeah, indeed. Berlin, police say Tuesday that one of 2 porcupines went missing from a zoo in central Germany over the weekend, but somehow found its way back home. State police in Saxony Anhalt. Saxony-Anhalt.
Of course. Yeah.
Had called Sunday for the public keeping
crime duo, Saxony and Holt.
It's a central hub for all wildlife. Contraband trading, whatever. Keep an eye out for 2 Indian-crested porcupines. That's right. I'll avoid shit jokes. Called Pinky and Brain. They were apparently stolen from an animal park in Them.
Pinky and Brain. That's funny.
I'm pleased to announce that Pinky Salmon has just appeared in the chat, and she
thank
is
God.
okay. We were going to have to go fucking 24 trying to find you right there, Pinky.
Break out the scuba gear. I mean, it would have been underwater, no?
Yeah, well, yeah.
German news agency DPA quoted police say the exact circumstances of their disappearance are still being investigated, but there was no way the porcupines could have escaped on their own.
Really?
That's exactly what the porcupines wanted you to think.
People needed to be told this?
That or the dormice were in on it.
Well, the dormice opened the door. That's why they're called dormice. Yeah, do you think it'd be possible to use a porcupine
What the fuck?
spine to pick a lock?
One of their pricklies?
Yeah, a porcupine prickle.
The brain could have.
I don't think it would be impossible.
Given enough time. And if you're in a zoo, you pretty much have nothing but.
Yeah, I guess you have room full of monkeys, infinite time, type out the works of Shakespeare as well. And that can happen in a zoo as well.
Police have also expressed hope that Pinky might be found soon after a hiker reported seeing the animal about 10 kilometers or 6 freedom groupings from the zoo.
6 freedom measurements. In Germany, it is probably going to... You could be like... Das was ein motherfucking porcupine. It's like, Hans, please, you need to stop drinking in the daytime. It's like, no, I know what I saw.
But I saw it.
Schneider.
I saw it. In my mind, they're all named Heinz and Fritz. I don't know why.
Helmut.
It's probably not far off.
Well, I don't know. It's like, how many Adolfs are there in Germany? Same reason there's probably not many Benitos in Italy.
Yeah. Kind of frowned upon, isn't it, using that name now?
Yeah.
He ruined it. And the moustache.
And I have never met a man named Delano in my life, which makes me think that FDR was indeed a disgrace on the nation. Delano?
Is that what the D
I mean, what the fuck? The porcupines are named after the character. Yeah, everyone knows. Shut up. Moving on. Journalist opens USB letter bomb in newsroom. It's exactly what you think it is. Written by Antoinette Radford. What?
There was a bomb in a... What?
It's exactly what it sounds like. Here we go.
Is it real?
Absolutely.
That's actually fucking impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Journalists across Ecuador have been targeted by explosive devices sent through the post. One presenter, Leon was injured when he opened the envelope in the middle of the newsroom. He said the explosive device looked like a USB drive. He plugged it into his computer and it detonated.
No way.
Yeah. Now, if I received a USB stick in the mail or found one on the street, I would not fucking plug it in. Not into a computer that I, wanted to keep. Like at a minimum.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, what the fuck? You know what this person was thinking? Oh man, I'm the next Julian Assange. Somebody's leaking government documents to me. This is going to be full. This is my scoop. Pulitzer awaiting. And then fucking boom. Oh, did you like those eyebrows and non-fragments up in your face? Too late.
I hope you saved your Word document before you plugged it in, sir.
Right? The Ecuadorian Attorney General's Department confirmed it had opened a terrorism investigation into the letters on Monday, a poison pen letter, if you will. It did not name specific news outlets targeted. However, at least 5 different organizations across Ecuador have received these letters. It's not like it's a drug hub or anything, guys. Don't believe the hype.
That is just so impressive.
Yeah. It is and it isn't. The government has coordinated, condemned rather. The government has coordinated the attacks.
Yeah, well, we don't know. It's Ecuador, after all, Polly. I mean,
Whoops. Describing freedom of
Agent Dr. Freud.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Describing freedom of expression as a right that must be respected. Right. It's quote, any attempt to intimidate journalism and freedom of expression is a loathsome action that should be punished with all the rigor of justice. Yeah, right. Whatever you say, buddy. Interior Minister Juan Zapata said the devices were sent from the same town. 3 were sent to media outlets in place and 2 from the capital of other place. Well, Mr. Guy was injured by the device. Others sent through the post failed to explode or were never opened. Fuck the mail.
So this guy sucked.
Yeah. So it's impressive because some of them did work, but also not impressive because others did not. Can you blame the bomb maker if people had non-functioning USB sockets? That's probably what happened. It required an electrical charge to set them off. So you plug it in and it's just, they've got like old Ecuadorian computers that are still running Chinese knockoff of Windows 95. And so, yeah.
You have to send a bomb on a 3.5-inch floppy.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's impressive.
That would be. If you could fit a bomb into the, press it dead fucking paper flat on a C4 and then, bzzz, it's spinning, causes it to explode, I'd be impressed. Police carried out a controlled detonation in one of the devices sent to a television station, prosecutors confirmed. The forensic science, the head of Ecuador's forensic science department said they contained military-type explosives.
So he had the right tech, just not the knowledge to do it.
I love the idea of like in Ecuador. I mean, psst, kid, want some C4? Yes, I do.
Yeah. In Ecuador,
how did you know?
That is you.
The idea of reasonable and effective regulatory policies upon military tech. Really? In fucking Ecuador? You fucking kidding me? Anywhere in that part of South America? Again, are you fucking kidding me? I know the U.S. lawmakers are constantly talking about finding guns in the street, and we need to get guns off the street. Well, they actually have them there. I love these 2 guys going in there with the mini shield, and this dude's hiding behind that dude. This is great.
Yeah.
That is a fan.
I'd love it if the shield said Norton across the front of it as well. You know?
And it was sent from Policia Ecuador. They actually posed for this. This is how we handled the situation.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We've got a shield. We've got a bomb shield right here. We've got someone just behind as well. Yeah. Is it all right to take photos? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, fine. Can I get closer? Yeah, go by all means.
Yeah, get as close as you want. Go for it. Get in there, little guy.
Hey, Sen, check this out. Trilateral Commission calls 2023 the year 1 of the New World Order.
Oh no, it's like
the quiet bit out loud.
almost like they're not trying to hide it.
I can't believe you actually said that. For Christ's sake, you're the Trilateral Commission. Why did you all just show up in lizard suits and get it over with? Holy fuck. And who is it that said that? The speaker? Well, their policies don't allow them to say everyone speaks in anonymity. What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, lizard suits. Well, they should, globes in every corner and they're all flat discs. You know what I mean? Like, well, just go full retard, man. Why not? In New Delhi, retired foreign ministers, ambassadors, CEOs, bankers, academics, just the type of people you think are lizards.
That's where the USB should have been sent. Fucking.
Shh.
No.
can hear us.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say that part.
It's too late now. They've got AIs listening to all of us. That's right. You're a bunch
After
of poly
what you
words.
said on Monday, mate.
What?
After what you said on the Monday show, I think I could get away with a light felony. Never before have I had to go into a show after it's finished processing and cut out 2 separate parts, Polly.
Oh, whatever. Don't be a faggot.
God Damn it, Polly!
Where's your balls? Who fucking cares?
You know, Sin, I'm starting to think it's not your channel that my association with your channel which got me demonetized. I think we all know who it was.
I am the toxic, member of the party?
Just leave it there. Just I am the toxic. I think that.
I don't know. I remember Sinatra's streams. I'm old enough to remember 3 years ago when
Okay.
And you don't remember Sin's streams from 3 years ago? I sure as fuck do.
Of course I do. I was there for a lot of them. It's just
hope.
I'm old enough to remember 3 years ago. Kind of threw me off a little bit there.
I mean, the stuff that were in his donations, man.
Oh yeah, somebody recently brought up the alarm one. I'm like, yeah, that had to go.
Oh, that was a
Right?
good one.
The DuckTales one, unabashed. I don't give a damn. I'll just play it, and you would play it randomly too. No one even giving you money. It was just
Do that one for free.
fuck. It was a different space,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
Yeah.
Different times, and it's a crazy because people knew back then that I'm not a frothing at the mouth racist. It's just funny,
yeah.
but you just can't do that anymore.
People with credibility and being in a position of doing such things. Like a stand-up comedian on stage with an audience that's paid to see them do these things, they can't even do it. So, hey.
Yeah. Michael Richards ruined that for them, though, honestly.
You know what? That's exactly who I was thinking of, because it's not like all comedians use it to reasonable or funny effect, right?
He was a funny comedian.
Yeah.
But that wasn't funny.
No. Where was the person who...
And there's a difference between making a joke that just doesn't land and doing something in the attempt to be funny.
Yeah.
He was not doing that. That was some fucking angry racism.
Well, you know what? Not in his defense, but in more of an insult than anything. He really, really let himself get rattled by a heckler. That person was heckling him. You know what I mean? To the point where he should have flipped out like that? No. And that's what's so damn bad about it. You let yourself get that fucking rattled by this guy sitting up front heckling you like that, to the point where he lost his fucking mind, wanted to hit hard, and that's the best he could come up with, and it was fucking, it made him look lame as shit.
It did.
Because that's the best he could do. Just to be like over the top. Oh, I'm just going to call you the most obvious thing in the world over and over and over. Like, fucking hell. But anyway, back to the Trilateral Commission. James Baker, director of the Pentagon's Office of Net Assessment, was not even on the list of participants. But his takeaways from the meeting could find their way into policies that shape the world, the flat world. Baker and his successor to the legendary defense strategist, Andrew Marshall, who really is legendary, by the way, who headed the office for 42 years, is responsible for providing the Secretary of Defense with an assessment of U.S. military capabilities relative to other actors 20 or 30 years down the road. So if you want to know where the advice is coming from on what next generation weaponry or emerging threats should be taken seriously, that's the office it's coming from. One particular speech may have caught Baker's attention, for it captured, keeping in mind, why do they keep talking about this guy? Because he was there, but he wasn't on the list of people invited. Neither are 2/3 of the people that are there. They're not on the list. So you don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. One particular speech may have caught Baker's attention, for it captured the essence of the 3-day discussion held Friday through Sunday. Quote, the Biden administration is trying to convince the world that there should be this titanic struggle between autocracies and democracies, and I am skeptical about that, the speaker said. The world is fragmented, with countries, including the United States, looking out for self-interest, the speaker added. As it should be.
Yeah, what is the alternative?
That's what I mean. That is an accurate statement. The Biden administration
Everybody
is
should be looking out for Ukraine's interest, is what they're saying.
This is what I mean. Like it's autocracies and democracies by team labeling and jersey wearing more than actual activity. Because do you think an autocracy in Joe Biden's mind is Saudi Arabia? No. Is it? Of course.
But what what is happening in Biden's mind is kind of irrelevant because the guy can't even string a sentence together.
A hamster trying to run on a wheel and not doing very well. That's what I picture inside of Joe Biden's mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
like a
shit.
hamster trying to do one of those sonic loops and it just can't.
Yeah. Trilateral Commission is a non-governmental organization, but largely comprised of government officials, ironically.
Weird how that works.
Yeah. That seeks to deepen understanding between U.S., Europe, and Asia. Hence the try, in case those who were wondering. The speaker who can...
So I guess Africa and fucking whatever else can just go fuck themselves.
No, it's China's. So, yeah.
Oh, well, China definitely doesn't want anybody else getting involved with Africa. That's their bread and butter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, well, Africa's not represented. No, China's there. I just said. The speaker, who cannot be identified according to commission rules, went on, quote, 3 decades of globalization defined as, get this, integrated, free market-based, and deflationary. Has been replaced by what will be a multi-decade period of globalization defined as fragmented, not free market-based, and industrial policy-based and structurally inflationary. This year, 2023, is year 1 of this new global order.
Yeah, that's a little uncomfortable.
Just a
I
bit.
feel as though the ominous music should start playing at that point, you know? And then it cuts to a montage of like people screaming.
So you guys might wonder why, like, other than the obvious jokes about the Trilateral Commission, that just sort of tell themselves, why I'm bringing this up. Well, here it is. In such a world, middle powers like India, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey will carve their own paths, weighing the economic, strategic, and defense interests, the speaker said. Ironically, as the Trilateral Commission convened, Saudi Arabia and Iran agreed to normalize relations. Saudi Arabia and Iran. If you stop and think about that, during a Trilateral Commission meeting, that's where it happened. And who brokered it? Was it the United States? No, it was China.
That's great. Well, China probably didn't have any interest in funding or pseudo participating in a war there like we do.
Well, I wonder if it followed China's independent deal with Saudi Arabia for oil purchasing, unseating the U.S. petrodollar that's been the currency of oil trade for the past, over half a century. And now it's the Chinese international unit of currency, not their domestic unit of currency, because they have 2. That's why they don't suffer inflation like every other country on earth. It's only their domestic currency that inflates as they trade around the world. That's an independent currency. Oh, so what are they buying all those international bonds that make up our multi-trillion-dollar debt with? They're international currency. Is that why they're able to buy it at pennies on the dollar, where if they were to buy it with their domestic currency, they wouldn't be able to afford those bonds at all? It's almost like they're playing a giant economic game or something.
Yeah, it's interesting how it works that they can get away with this kind of stuff.
Oh, well. So there it is. The deal was brokered by China, with the U.S. having no role in the handshake, and that's fucking great. Created by Rockefeller in 1973, the commission sought to bring the rising economy of Japan firmly into the West. Today, the commission has expanded to include members from South Korea, India, and Southeast Asia. So there it is. Oh, right. Before I move on, fresh from overtaking China as the world's most populous country with a new appetite for the world, in the words of one participant.
Great.
India was a major focus of discussions. China has a, quote, appetite for the world.
Yeah, don't we know it?
Well, I mean, they're literally sitting right there. And
That is the most evil photo I've ever seen.
yeah, I mean, it makes the hands on the globe picture with Trump from Saudi Arabia look like a fucking meeting at Disney World. So there it is, boys and girls. It's
New World Order.
yeah,
Enjoy.
Sometimes conspiracies are very, very real.
Sometimes.
Let's shift gears hard, shall we?
I think the the 1776-esque Alex Jones and all of us has more dollars in the right than wrong jar.
Agreed.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Lupus says, so Israel, big mad. Oh, you're damn right they were. I read into it, and they were firmly and staunchly opposed to the...
Oh, there's no denying that they are furious.
Yeah, they have.
For a change.
They have a distinct interest in keeping the fight between Saudi Arabia and Iran going, and rightly so. Like, not for the sake of Israel, for the sake of the region. You know what happened the last time that a whole bunch of a bunch of Middle Eastern states came together? OPEC.
I do. Oh.
And how'd that work out? Well, it turned into an international syndicate fixing illegally under international law, fixing oil prices. But I mean, international law, fuck that. What's that worth? I mean, what are you going to do? You going to call the world police? Hilarious movie, but not a real thing.
Well, it would be us. We would be the world police in that scenario.
Yeah.
Because NATO's not... NATO, who we pay to be the actual world police, would not get involved there.
Yeah. Oh, Lupus, you read this stuff too. I'm sorry to hear that. It is the big depress. It's frustrating too, because you see this going on, and so you would know that, like, and what is the Biden administration doing to activate the State Department? You know, the largest diplomatic service in the world with foreign officers distributed globally to effectuate change in the American national interest. What are they doing? Well, Biden's worried about whether or not Trump's going to be arrested so they could take a picture and have the mugshot in all the newspapers.
Oh, I thought you were going to have the article. We covered it on Tucker last night. They gave that... I don't think it was State Department exactly, but I'm sure they played a role in it. They were giving out LGBT awards to Argentinian and Brazilian people.
Yeah.
LGBT awards.
Remember the day the Supreme Court struck down a ruling against gay marriage? They didn't legalize gay marriage. They struck down somebody. You know the thing, right? And embassies around the world flew the pride flag. American embassies. Why?
You know, the non-American flag.
Yeah. Like, wait, what? I don't even understand this. It's like, well, we were celebrating. What were you celebrating? The gays could get married. They already could get married in a bunch of states. I don't even understand.
See, that's the thing. I don't have an issue with the pride flag. If you want a pride flag on your house, God bless it. If you want it on your car, go for it. But you are not an embassy of the United States of America, our soil, on other nations. That should not be anything but the American flag.
Agreed.
There shouldn't be a Trump flag, a Biden flag, a BLM flag, none of that shit. It should be an American flag.
Yeah. Now, if you want to establish the gay embassy around the world with its own diplomatic corps and ambassadors and everything else, the gay agenda turned state enterprise on an international level, go the fuck ahead.
Thing is, like, if you hang around too many American flags in the street, fucking leftists lose their mind. They go, "Oh my god, it's fascism! It's a dictatorship!" But you do exactly the same amount of pride flags, and they're like, "Oh, so progressive." At the end of the day, I think embassies are different because that is a symbol. This is, American soil. But at the end of the day, it's just a fucking bit of fabric. And the same people who are just like, it is just a bit of fabric, are also like, "Don't fucking touch my flag. It's got rainbows on it and it's good."
I hear your point. I don't really know if discussing the philosophical underpinnings of vexillology is really the road we want to travel down, though.
I like a bit of vexillology. I mean, the old rainbow flag was actually pretty fucking decent as well. It was simple, it was to the point. But then they added the fucking triangles with fucking non-binary and shit like that. It's just like, where does it end, guys?
Well, you know what? It's at times like this that I would feel remiss if I didn't bring up Far. Now, I feel bad for her because she actually has the coof.
And she's Australian.
Yeah, well, little late to the party, Far. She's kind of a poser.
Come
The
on,
trend's
fucking hell.
over. The hell?
Yeah.
Get COVID before it was cool.
Damn right.
When I when my kid was sick, I took him to urgent care and they tested him for COVID. I'm like, why?
He has
Because
a
we
broken
need to know
leg.
if he has it. Like, what does it matter? Do you have medicine? No. Is he vaccinated?
really?
No.
Oh.
Like, okay, well then we're good.
But I legitimately feel bad for Var because yeah, she's got the flu. I mean, let's excuse me, I'm sorry. A little bit congested.
Oh, the flu is nasty, man. The flu is
Yeah,
nasty.
she has a really bad flu. You know, COVID. And so yeah, she's feeling a little bit
Like
under the weather.
actual flu.
Yeah. So she's
Not like people sit there with a common cold.
Yes,
and they go,
Drunkle, we
"Oh,
know
flu."
the difference. You get very upset when people say they have the flu when they're not dying.
Yeah, I just want to clarify the actual flu.
so I just wanted
wanna
to
hear the
express my
story.
empathy for that because I'm about to mock her related to Vexillology.
Oh God damn it!
What I just what? You're just some people don't think I got it out for her. I know she's a good friend of mine. I'm just saying, like it's she's a good person. I feel bad for her, but she's also a person who thinks the flag in Nepal is quote neat. It ain't neat. It's fucking stupid. It's a violation of basic vexillological aesthetics.
Neat.
What is the Nepal flag?
I don't even want to talk about the Nepal flag. All right.
Look, you can't bring it up and not show us a photo.
You want to see the Nepalese flag? Fine. Flag of Nepal.
What the fuck?
There it is.
Oh,
It's not a
they-
flag.
That-
That's a banner.
That's what I'm
That's a
what-
banner,
it-
right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is two pennants that have been sewn together.
Yeah, no, that's a banner.
That's right. But Farr thinks it's quote neat.
No, that is an attack on flags.
Well, like, I think banners are neat, so she's half right. Yes, it is neat, but it's also not a flag.
Like the Ohio State flag is a banner, and I think that's stupid, but we're not a country.
The Ohio State flag.
Yeah.
All right. We're doing it. Let's do it. Oh yeah, it is banner-esque, isn't it? It does. You know.
It's not as bad as the Nepalese one, but
I
What's
think that maybe they just
what's
had
the
a
word?
material
It's
shortage.
truncated. It's.
beveled.
It looks like somebody was trying to make like paper dolls and just said, "Nah, fuck it, I'll make a flag." It did.
Yeah, that's how it came about.
They're doing that thing where you just like got a bit of paper and you just cut out little bits and it makes a snowflake.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it just came out as
exactly.
a fucking flag. So
Why didn't you guys just do this?
that
Fucking
yeah,
great question.
I think this. While we're at it, greatest flag in the world. Hell yeah!
Mm,
that is
I
pretty
do like it.
badass.
It is.
I do like it.
It's pretty badass.
I mean, what is? I've looked at all the flags, and the American states have some great flags. There's some really solid ones out there, like aesthetically, just the way it looks. It's bold, looks great. This one just, speaks to the American heart, man. As always, to tyrants. Hell yeah! Woo! Big American moment. Hakira, thank you for the $10. Greatly appreciated. Damn, I'm super late. I finally got time to paint for the first time in months. Trying out speed paint. Working on a sniper pinup model. How you doing, Polly? Oh, I'm doing a hell of a lot.
Dear little children, I will help.
You ain't helping shit. Help heal them fucking shattered pelvic bones of yours. I think.
Oh, I guess my what is 872 and 873 would be pretty American if I'm getting that. Yeah, 872 and 873 are pretty American. I'm going to show you why we don't have free healthcare, bitch.
My favorite thing about this flag is the crown over on the right.
Yeah.
Because
You see, it's
kind
been
of like
knocked from his head.
kicked it off of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And every
Fuck your hat.
everything
piece
has a
of
piece.
shit.
Like, all the symbolism in it is very particular, who the tyrant is, that it's Lady Liberty, the helmet that she has on, the two things in her arm, the fact that the crown is there, and bare breast. I mean, it's all the things.
Oh, yeah. Titty flag. Come on.
Yeah. Sam,
It just got better.
yeah, it's the big win. Even the vegetation around the side is intentional. Like it's thought out. I like it. Mr. Walrus, thank you for the 650. Are you a river otter or a sea otter? River.
Oh dear.
River.
There's a flag for that as well.
Yeah.
And Corbin Thomas threw $3 for the rookie Spanish. The reason progs, he's back in prog form, lose their shit over national flags and cheerful for the pride flag is this. The politically alphabet bullshit is a totalitarian ideology, like many old friends. Well, you got your fucking money's worth right there, Corbin Thomas. Thank you very much for the $3.
Is it a Roman soldier on the
Let's-
bottom? No, it's a tyrant. It's a generalized symbol of a tyrant.
Like, I think it's New Hampshire. Their license plates say "Live free or die."
Hell yeah.
God damn.
That is their state motto. Live free or die.
You better fucking live free then, bitch.
Yeah. It is interesting scrolling down the the list of state mottos. Some of them are just incredible pieces of badassery. That's number one. Live free or die. Virginia, Sic Semper Tyrannis, as always to tyrants. But the some of them are just, like corn, the horizon, and hope. Like that's Iowa, or whatever. I don't know what it actually is, but
Say horn or porn.
corn. Maize.
Oh, corn.
Yes.
Oh. Corn.
Moving along, for Christ's sake, drunk.
What is the Ohio state motto? That's pretty cool. With God,
Don't
all
forget
things
my
are possible.
fucking root beer.
That is. That's American as hell. I can, yeah. Speaking of things that are American, the Metro in DC will retrofit fare gates to cut down on fare evasion. So if you've never been to Washington, D.C., this is what the fare gates look like. And congratulations on going and finding the one Metro stop that doesn't have bums or vomit on the ground. Well done.
You know
He's
how
the
much
one.
time that took?
Like there's no
It was
shirtless
a third of the
people.
budget for the year.
It's got to be on its way up to Silver Spring or something. Anyway, it will spend $40 million to redesign the fare gate simply to stop people from hopping the gate.
Damn.
People will hop the
It would be
turnstile.
cheaper to let them hop the gate, wouldn't it? Look.
Well,
Attention, fear little children. I will help.
Love it. Blackout 8879, thank you for the 650. I think the Florida state flag is nice, but to quote Carlin, there are symbols, and I leave them to the symbol-minded. Smack, fairy bitch.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
Again, do we really want to discuss vexillological philosophy? Is that what we want to do?
I think flags are important.
So do I. I happen to agree with you. Like either it means something or it doesn't mean anything. Otherwise, what are our service members doing by taking down flags in the rain, putting them up in the morning, taking them down at night, saluting the flag? Are they saluting a bit of fabric? No. The republic for which it stands, I believe is how the saying goes.
I think that is the saying. And not only that, but they can't be thrown out. They have to be disposed of a certain way.
And again, all of it is not for, and I hear you, Drunkle, it is ultimately just a bit of fabric, but all of that effort is gone through for the small R republic, right? Like that is the point.
And if you think about it, there's no country that I can think of off the top of my head that has a cooler fucking awesome origin story than America does.
For people who
There
don't
was
agree
a-
with that, I would challenge them to name the last time that they can, or name another state you can think of that was formed under a revolution that managed to survive, that didn't turn on itself. and descend into utter chaos. Think about that for a second. The government of America is a revolutionary government founded in revolution, and it formed a stable government and is still here. That in and of itself is a remarkable feat. American exceptionalism. Ah!
There was a flag referendum in 2015-2016 for New Zealand, in which a couple of people presented their ideas for new flags, and the best one is Polly, if you would be so kind, laser kiwi.
Who doesn't love some fresh baked UwU?
The smell of UwU in the morning.
Polyword, thank you for the $1. It's my time to... Gonna be like this now, is it? It's time to needle you about needing polywords. Use more and don't get lazy about it. There may have been some editing involved.
Right. Akira for the $7.77. Excuse me. He says, I love my state motto, NC. It's, North Carolina, I believe. Esse quam videri? I think that's not an N. Videri.
Latin for the win.
It means to be rather than to seem. Our flag is also pretty cool. I
like that, actually, yeah. To be rather than to seem? Interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In layman's terms, get your shit together.
Yeah. Don't let your memes be dreams.
Yeah. There you go. Laser kiwi, Polly, one of the best flags I've seen. It was proposed for New Zealand. It never happened.
How do I spell it? Kiwi?
Kiwi.
Oh. Laser kiwi.
Proposed flag for New Zealand right there.
Oh, yeah. That's a fucking winner, man.
Right? I believe the artist, when asked to explain his piece, he says, I think it says in everything it needs to say and doesn't require further discussion.
This doesn't strike me as New Zealand-esque at all.
But it could be.
If only. If only. In any case, what the fuck was I doing?
Something to do with flags.
Oh, no. It was to do with Metro Stop redesigns. You asked actually a very sharp question, Drunkle. $40 million. Well, how much money is that going to save? Well, if you scroll down to the end of the article, after it goes through all of the stuff, there's the Metro runs and all the things. Back in 2019, Metro fare evaders at rail stations were costing them more than $10 million a year.
Oh, so they expect it to pay off in a couple of years.
At a minimum of 4.
If they're going to be permanent fixtures, and probably, I mean, no government has ever said, you know what, we're taking too much money.
Yeah, well,
then I mean, it will add up eventually. But like, you're not going to stop people, because we've had these in the fucking London Underground for fucking as long as fucking money's existed.
The London.
I've jumped over the top. The people who work there don't give a shit. I have made eye contact with someone as I have someone who works there as I've tailgated someone else as they're paid to get through the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I made eye contact with the woman and she just went back to her job. They don't care.
You make it sound like Russia. Like no one gives a fuck. It's just, whatever. It's just...
We lost to the Americans. It's fine.
Yeah.
They don't make enough money to chase me onto a train.
No.
And she was fat.
Well, that probably explains everything more than anything. Even if she wanted to chase you, she wasn't capable.
Yeah.
Moving along. Florida man charged after allegedly slapping a woman's face with a pizza slice. Thank you, Valine, for this one. Ortello Lorazzo Alfonso, 39, charged with battery with a slice of pie.
What a name as well.
Yeah, there's the gentleman in question.
You look into his eyes, you can see justice.
Yeah.
He's the hero we deserve.
I was thinking about it, and it's like, I have to believe it was a jumbo slice. The one
fucking ought to have pineapple.
Yeah. For those of you who don't have jumbo slices, it's a full-size pie, just cut in quarters. It's like, I think he had a real strong grip on that fucking crust and just whoosh. So I'd like to think that there was melted cheese and sauce all over the fucking place. It just
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm loving that paragraph just beneath the photo right there.
pizza sauce found in front of the victim's shirt, on her shirt collar, and on the back of her shirt, deputy said. She had also had remnants of pizza in her hair and around her ear.
Jesus Christ.
Jumbo
Was she
slice
eating
vengeance.
it laying down?
No, she wasn't eating it. That was the result of her getting slapped with it.
Oh.
See, this guy slapped her, hence the headline.
I
You
must
think
have.
before he did it, he went like, "You want a piece of this?"
You gotta do a cool one-liner before you assault somebody with food.
Of course you do. I think that's actually the law.
But what if she was eating laying down and she just woke up with a splitting headache and she's like, "Did you just beat me with pizza?"
And you're not going to say no to that.
She went and told the cops, and they
did you
just
do
believed
something we
her,
can't-
and poor Artello was arrested.
I mean, of course they're gonna believe her.
Telio, Lazaro, Alfonso.
You know, the one thing I have noticed, and when we cover the bad cop stories, and I have a great one for Friday, is that they're never really doing it against women.
Who, what, that, huh?
The cops are being
Police.
aggressive and threatening against women. It can be women cops doing it to men, but it's always men on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, well, it sounds about right now.
I mean, it is.
Moving along. Gun-toting Florida dad rushes to daughter's apartment, turns tables on her abusive ex. Now, how did he turn the tables? He shot him.
Literally.
To a pizza. Oh, okay.
Shot him. So,
Good.
do you want the elevator story?
Yes.
Here it is. So there's this guy, right? And he's smacking around this dude's daughter. He's getting violent with her. Like, he has a history of doing this, I mean. Now, they've broken up. He shows back up at her apartment. Okay? Being violent and abusive. He grabbed her and manhandled her. Okay? She tells him to get the fuck out of there. And eventually, he does. She calls the cops. The cops show up. She files a report. You know, cops do their little paperwork as whatever the fuck. Wrote down his name, all that jazz. So now it's on the record. They leave. Half an hour.
They do all the incredibly useful stuff.
Exactly.
All the bureaucratic shit. Yeah.
Half an hour later, after the cops left, he comes back and starts fucking manhandling her again. She calls her dad. Her dad goes over there with a gun and fucking shoots him.
Good.
Well, I call that justice served, Polly.
And
Yeah.
that was it. He pulled out his gun. The guy stumbles over to his car and expires there.
He died.
Good.
That's right.
Nothing of value was lost.
Man, uncharged. Why? Because when he went over there to be like, look, you're going to leave and you're not going to come back. That's the way it's going to be. You're going to fucking leave my daughter alone. Even when she calls the cops, she come back. Like, he didn't even wait an hour.
How fucking dumb are you?
Well,
and
it's
he tried to
totally-
attack the father. So in self-defense, the guy's like, that's it. Boom. And
Oh, yeah. The father was waiting for that to happen, mate.
give me a motherfucking reason. Just do it. I wish a motherfucker would. That mentality, right? But it's Florida, so he had a CCW and pulled out single shot. It's not like he mag dumped on him. Single shot straight to the chest. The guy now realizing the immensity of the situation, or I should say, the reality of the situation he had created.
Permanence.
Yeah, like, holy shit, I just got shot. It never occurred to me that someone other than me was capable of violence. You know what I mean? Like, the reality just dawned on him. Like, oh, shit, I better leave. And he did, and expires in the front seat of his car.
Well, I mean,
Can I-
he's shown that he wasn't afraid of any repercussions, either from the police or indeed the judicial system as a whole.
Right.
But what you should be afraid of, and what everyone should be afraid of, is a big old hole in your chest.
Yeah, once you get that quarter-sized hole, your day's done.
Yep.
But I had a thought the other day, and I want to get your guys'
It
opinion.
was
on
indeed
it.
Gainesville. Who said that in chat? Gainesville?
Rock
Oh,
City.
St. Michael. Yeah, it was Gainesville. And what a recruiting vehicle they have in Gainesville, am I right?
The fact that this my first thought is that this dad would have been charged in like 10 other states.
Yeah.
Really jumps to mind. But so you guys, whether you are worldly wise, been punched in the face, whatever, I assume most people here understand the fact that when you are having an altercation, especially with another man, a disagreement, a conversation, there is always that looming threat of physicality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just that like omnipresent feeling. I feel like that's gone out of the world mostly because a lot of people have never just been punched in the mouth.
It's funny you say it in that way. I was just having this very, very conversation with Sam that there are a lot of people that don't know what it's like. We use the phrase walking on their own grave in the sense of, do you not know that you're courting violence? You are talking in such a way that if somebody slaps you or punches you, you should absolutely expect it considering the way you're carrying on. You never have been punched, have you? It's exactly like you're saying, Sin. Yeah, I think that there's a fuck ton of people out there that have, back in the day, they never got fucking punched. They never got that sense of when going too far is going too fucking far.
Yeah, it's like they just don't. They don't realize, like you said, that somebody else is capable of violence.
Yep.
And like you can threaten and say anything you want. Like the time that I was at the bar with Shelly, this dude, I was sitting toward the bar. She was leaning up against me. And this dude is like trying to hit on her. And, I'm like, maybe I'll buy you a fucking drink. Just play along. And I get up and I go to the bathroom. He's like, "You got a problem, man?" And I swear to God, he was a full foot shorter than me.
Those are the best.
And I was like, "No, I'm walking this way." He's like, "Yeah, you better not have a fucking problem." So I was just like, "Okay."
God damn it! Why?
Yeah, keep walking with your no
already
problems.
won.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay. And then words were exchanged. But it's like, that guy has never been smacked upside the head. Single mom, never got grounded, that kind of shit.
It's a great teacher. Oh, the better guide said pain is the best teacher. There you are.
Yeah, Lamented was right in there with it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think, endless cycles of violence. When I were talking about the Old West, and I was saying, I was lamenting that, I don't live in the Old West. I think I would have worked out really well there. It's like, would you call my horse? And out comes the, the Colt Single Action Army. We start going back and forth, and I'm like, well, when the closest law enforcement is 2 towns over, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying in modern day society.
You got to learn to handle stuff on your own.
Yeah. And she's like, well, after the situation is over, and I'm like, well, let's talk about vigilantism. And we started going into it that, like, when something can be considered vigilantism and so forth. I'm not advocating nonstop, endless fucking violence, but I don't think this Gainesville father was in the wrong at all. Does that guy sound like somebody who that very day after he came back after the police were there, he wasn't expecting any kind of recompense or anything reciprocal, so anything coming back at him for anything he had done? Well, look at the brazenness.
That's the thing is nobody expects to get caught or to be forcefully stopped. Everyone thinks, and I say the term everyone, you know what I mean? Everyone thinks that they can just get away with shit.
Well, it's just as you said, Polly. He was not worried at all, and well, I mean, he ain't worried anymore either, is he? I
mean, I wish it would have worked out differently, because I don't wish death upon anybody. And what did the dad do? Well, he shot as you're supposed to the point of incapacitation. That's why you shoot. You don't shoot to kill. You shoot to incapacitate. Well, you're using lethal force. Doesn't that mean the person could die? Yeah, but that's not my intention here. He fired a single shot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it fucking took the fight out of him, all right. Yeah, I'll bet it fucking did. That's probably the first time in that guy's fucking life that he ever felt any kind of comeback for fucking around. He fucked around and he found out.
I saw a video today of a guy stealing a phone display from an AT&T store, a man stealing a phone display. And the clerk was just standing there watching him. And I watched it like 3 times before I noticed that the clerk had his hand on his gun in case the guy fucking started going after people. Like, this guy has no idea how close he was to finding out.
People like the fucking around bit, don't they? Not so keen on the finding out.
Right?
No, and the finding out, you got it, that store's going to get burnt down, fucking protests, etc. It's like, no, people cannot just be let to believe that they can get away with whatever they want.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like, we've got to make it clear here. We're not celebrating that this guy died, you know? Fucking, yeah.
You know what? I'll be the guy. It is a net good to society that this guy is dead.
You know, ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. Any loss of life is bad for humanity generally. But fucking, he came back a second time after the police had been there. He would have come back a third time. He would have come back a fourth.
But
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I agree completely. And somebody one time asked me, man, the internet has really screwed up my sense of timing. It was only like 3 years ago somebody asked me that. I make it sound like it was like, back in the 50s. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, Grandpa.
Right?
Mom, he's doing it again.
Somebody said to me, it's like, well, okay, yeah, but I bet you that they have a mother or brother or sister or cousins or a girlfriend that'll fucking miss them. Was that really worth it? And it's like the father, the guy in this situation, or whomever in this situation, can't calculate that, and they can't be expected to. It's like, and the question is, well, what would you say to the family? I'm like, remember and grieve the person that they were, and do your best to forget the scumbag they became.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, at one point in time, this person was a good, decent person who was doing their best, and somewhere along the line, they led astray, their path diverged. Remember that person, not the heroin rapist.
There you go. You see, when it's like, do you think that's who they're grieving? It's not. So that was, what would you say to them? What I just said. There it is. By the way, chat, Far just showed up. Hello, Far. How you doing? So, hearts in chat for Far, who's suffering with the extra flu. So joints are aching, her taste buds might be gone. She can't taste her beloved Vegemite. So we all feel bad for her.
I don't shoot to incapacitate when the cops arrive. There's only going to be one story. Yeah, judge. Yeah, for sure.
Rapes heroin.
That's a great...
I can't help but think you misunderstood what Sinatra meant by that. Moving along.
I try to, at least on other people's shows, I don't shill for high amount donations, but the fuck around find out would be phenomenal for this conversation. I think it's at like 36 or something like that.
Well, it's my show, so I certainly will shill for high value donations. Don't forget, the Kenshin Swords, the Enslaughtering, is still available down there.
Enslaughtering. What a good name.
Yeah. Well, I'd already done one, and the new Kenshin's coming out. Now, I am the super excited about it, so I had to take the really, really sick-looking trailer and edit it up into a new sequence. So yeah, Kenshin Swords 2, the Enslaughterings down there. But there's also a whole bunch of other ones, like John Dutton, Super Merica, kicking the commie sons of bitches off his property, as is his right to do so. If you are so inclined, feel free, if you're down there.
Damn it.
Feel free to hit one of those donations if you'd like. Also, hit that like button, or rather, lightly tap it, as Omegon would say. Or just share us on social media, which is no more difficult than retweeting the twit that I tweeted on the Twitter earlier. Twit. Moving on.
Weeder.
Oh, wait, hold on. Polly's Inner Thought for $1.
You reading it first?
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Internet weirdo comment. Thank you for the $1. I mean, it showed up on screen. It's not like people didn't see it. You know what I mean?
I didn't.
Way to admit that you're not paying attention to the stream, man. What the fuck?
No, it's just I have my OBS is open and I use the AAA news thing, and I have all 3 of your donations centered to take up as much of the screen as possible, and it cuts off the text.
Oh,
I also tend to focus on the kid getting pepper sprayed rather than the message.
Yeah, look, you could see that a million times, and it's never not going to be funny.
It's still good, Sin.
It's hard not to look at it. It's like watching the fairy fall. That her sword clumps up underneath her and like ends up pointed straight up towards the sky is the best part. You know, she fell on that. But oof. Gulf City Librarian, thank you for the $3. Fuck the what about their family argument. The girl he was beating had a family too, and they cared enough to intervene. Fucking well said. Well fucking said.
Yeah, that's another point. Like you made a good point, but the other enemy, like, well, they didn't give a shit about this person's family when they were trying to hurt, maim, steal, whatever.
Yeah. It's seriously well said. It's like, well, what about the family who? Yeah, and what about that one time that we, and I mean just generally all of us vaguely are hoping that guy doesn't decide to go too far one time with her, and she ends up dead. Do you know what I mean?
You know, it makes me think of a certain man who held a pregnant woman hostage with a gun to her belly.
Well, that would be terrible.
We heard about their family for 2 years.
No, but you see, it's different, Sin, because that was just a clump of cells.
Yeah, no, he tried to take out a family in one go. That's all right.
Well, what I could be certain of, as horrible as that sounds, is that person would never be celebrated. They would never undergo any kind of apotheosis and be painted all over the country with
deification, maybe.
No. No, and certainly nobody would get angry if such a man were to shuffle off this mortal coil.
Sure, people are more sensible than that, aren't they?
I think so. We're reaching British levels of sarcasm here. Let's just back off a little bit.
You've still got a ways to go yet, kiddo.
Minnesota dad uses moose antler to kill sex offender he claims was stalking his daughter.
Yeah,
the
novel top of the USA.
Phenomenal.
Drunkle, when I saw this, I was like, brilliant. Oh, this is narwhal-esque. This is for my man Drunkle. This is
brilliant.
What is the American narwhal tusk, you ask? It's a moose antler, in case you were wondering.
We know.
Yeah. It'd be a moose antler or a buffalo horn. It's got to be one of the two.
An answer to a question I didn't even know I had.
Minnesota man.
That's awesome.
Believed victim Lawrence Scully was convicted of doing something he really shouldn't have done with a 6-year-old in 79. I'm trying to avoid the words because the YouTubes is listening, and I don't even want to say that. Was stalking his young daughter. So this hero, okay. Wait a minute, this isn't the. Okay, good. Just making sure I was heroizing the right guy.
You don't want to call the wrong guy a hero here, buddy. You know?
It's a dad walked into a Minnesota police station covered in blood and told police he beat a man with a shovel 15 or 20 times and finished him off with a moose antler.
Good Lord.
Hell yeah.
And anybody out here who has a daughter or a stepdaughter, whatever, guys, at some point in our life, we're all going to have to be ready to be this guy. I hope everyone realizes that.
Yeah. The suspect, Levi Axtell. Everybody in chat, just calm down. Those of you thinking of doing something right now, don't do it. 27 was taken into custody and arraigned Friday on second-degree murder. The death of 70. What's that?
They nabbed him.
Yeah, he was taken into custody and arraigned on Friday on second-degree murder.
Yeah, I mean, he walked into a police
and
station
admitted it.
And I've just killed him.
And just said, like, look, this is it. For the death of 77-year-old blaming scumfuck Lawrence V. Scully, who was convicted of exceeding any societal standard worth the name of a 6-year-old girl in 1979. Axtell was suspicious of Scully and believed he was stalking his toddler daughter at her daycare, according to the probable cause affidavit. Axtell... It's so incongruent with what I'm talking about. We donated $1. Devil's advocate, I've seen too many videos of women who thought they weren't being recorded, hitting themselves, then calling the cops. That they had their boyfriends beaten by police. Just saying.
happened ever so recently the conviction happened recently in the UK. A woman falsely accused 2 men of raping her, and she beat herself to provide the bruises. And thankfully, one of the guys ended up trying to take his own life because, even if you're not convicted by the court, you're still convicted by society. She got 8 years, which in my mind is nowhere near enough.
You should have got what both those guys would have got.
I agree. 100%.
And I mean both of them, not just one of them.
Add the numbers up. You get his and you get his on top of that.
I mean, whoever that was that donated, I don't really think it's a devil's advocacy position. I think it's a solid point you're making. You know what I mean? The problem lay in anybody who does that facing the kind of fucking time, like you guys are saying, that they rightly and justly should. There is it's bad enough what fucking happened to you, but layered on top of that, them getting away with it because, well, they just are you fucking kidding me? You know the fucking time you face for attempted murder? It's like, well, they didn't really murder anyone. It's like, yeah, okay, there's still very serious time attached with it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, isn't that the fucking point? The idea of like filing a false report in mischief. And it's like, so, 18 months suspended sentence with some community service. What?
No. Nope.
Not much of a deterrent.
No, not really, is it? It's like if you get busted, if that person has an alibi and you file that report, you should want people thinking, yeah, this will end my life if I fuck this up. Do I even know where he is? Most people aren't going to go girl gone levels of strategic planning for their fuckery. They're just in an angry rage going to fucking call the cops and lie on the man. You know what I mean? Like you said,
we covered that. We covered that on the second channel, the shit with Foodie and her, the guy she was going after he moved in with another girl. She went to the cops and said that he raped her and all this shit. But yeah, Fake Gamer Cat is right. Sin almost had to be that guy. I did. It was my first and only time threatening to glass somebody, and it was amazing.
Only once, huh?
So far.
Yeah.
No, I fucking where I live, mate. That happens if you spill someone's drink.
It was my go-to bar. It has since closed, though, sadly. But it was my go-to bar, so I'm not going to act a fool in my bar.
No, fair.
I don't shit where I eat. I'll go to their bar and act a fool.
I just wish other people felt the same way,
Well, yeah, it seems like you guys just let everyone come back.
Speaking of criminal behavior, but stuff that we knew was eventually going to happen in today's society because it was kind of inevitable. Thief wanted for stealing eggs. And money from roadside coolers of Bucks County.
Oh, yeah, money as well.
Well, small amounts, but
money was to buy more eggs.
Yeah, it was the eggs.
This honor system type thing?
What's that?
Honor system type thing, take some eggs.
Yes.
Leave some money.
Yeah. It's whatever you need. People that will, depending on your community, they'll have a cooler with stuff and things in it, food bags, roadside food banks and shit. Yeah, this guy just rolls up and didn't. Yeah, no honor. Basically.
Take what you need, but don't take the piss.
Yeah, right. Yeah, who's surprised with the price of eggs? I mean, you might as well leave Fabergé eggs there.
That used to just be an idiom, but now it's literal, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with the price of eggs? Dude, everything right now has got to do with the price of eggs. Eggs are political, didn't you hear?
Valine sent me this one. Yeah, it was good. 10 iconic milestones in women's history.
Nice.
So,
dude,
remember this? We'll never forget it. A powerful moment in women's history. And who will ever forget this epic
sandwich? I made a sandwich yesterday. It was so fucking good. I got the bread. I toasted it just a little bit. Just a little bit of toast.
Stop stealing women's thunder. What are you doing?
I put cheddar cheese. I'm a better cook than my woman. I put cheddar cheese on both sides. Then the ham. Little bit of lettuce on top of it. Cut it in half with some fucking barbecue chips.
I love how Sin just went into a chef cadence right there. It's like the voiceover of a cooking show on the BBC.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to say when he fucking deglazed it and added some creme fraiche. You know,
And then I slapped Shelley in the face with it. Let's clean it up, you spoiled guinea brat. Dude, this article is savage.
Say it with us. Women are amazing. Look at that. A ham and cheese done next level. Well
See, you
done.
can't say that it's taking the piss out of women because they just said women are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on,
I just
lean into it.
Oh my God.
Got the dipping sauce there?
Yeah, if you're weak in the knees right now, we can't blame you. Look at that fresh roll and everything. Women, thank you so much for being you. I just there's once existed a dark world where a beauty like this didn't exist. Now it does, thanks to women. Oh,
Thank you, women.
oh, look at that little
Damn.
panini. Oh, very nice. Is it hot in here or what? I just
You got the fries taking second fiddle in that photo, so they're not even in focus.
iconic, classic, timeless. Is there anything women can't do?
Strong work.
It's just, yeah, sometimes less is more, and it takes a lady's sense of aesthetics and sensibility to pull it off. Thank
Thing
you.
is, I unironically want to see all the sandwiches.
Oh, we will. Oh, a Reuben? Ah, women. Ladies, what would we do without you? We'd be lost. Well, yeah,
I'm not super big on the Reuben. Like, it's good, but that's a once in a while.
it's the crowd I don't like.
Yeah, same.
Fräulein, you did wrong. Okay.
Very different reasons.
But last but not least, it's simple, it's straightforward, but it's a staple, damn
It's
it.
humble.
The PB and J on white. I mean, it just. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
It's humble,
You
yet
gotta
to the
toast it.
point.
I'm not going to tell her how to do her job. I'll let her express herself. I refuse to take away her voice. Okay, so now we were talking about sandwiches, right? It's time.
Seems we are, yeah.
It's time to talk about a moment that occurred yesterday that I didn't ever think was going to happen, but it did. And Far's here, so it's good. Perhaps you gentlemen have heard of fairy bread?
Yes, Australian thing.
To their never-ending shame and global ridicule. Yes, it is Australian. Fairy bread, in case you didn't know, is where one takes a slice of white bread and, without toasting it, mind you, puts some butter upon it, and then put sprinkles on it, like candy sprinkles on it, which they refer to as hundreds and thousands of what, you may ask? Hundreds and thousands of sprinkles is the answer.
That's stupid.
See, sprinkles, okay?
Yeah.
Now, my man Zelthor went and bought the top-notch Betty Crocker sprinkles. He didn't buy the off-brand, great value, nothing. He
We're doing some real gourmet shit.
That's right. And he made fairy bread.
Yeah.
How bad was it?
In his words, I now understand why Australians think a flavor is crunch, because Far insists that crunch is a flavor, as does her mom.
You got to look at the history of it, though. It's coming back to a time when this was a treat that didn't cost much money. You know, you got to look at it from the poor point of view here, Polly. And it's something that the kids are like, Mum, hey, Mum, can we have some fairy bread again? He's like, no, come on, we've not got... Oh, they went brummy. No, we've not got the money. Oh, go on. Oh, as it's your birthday, go ahead. You know, it makes your kid happy. It costs like $1.
Yeah, Lisa, fairy as in, like, yeah, it's not taking someone somewhere, but as in a woman crashing unceremoniously to the stage level fairy. Yeah.
Akira threw $3 for the Ricky Spanish. She says, I'm not fond of kraut either. Turkey on white is my favourite, though. Take note, ladies. Make that man a sandwich. Thank you, Akira.
So, he got why crunch was a flavor. I personally think the Australians, from what I know, are into chunkers and crunchy things in their food that shouldn't really be. Thus fairy bread, thus Milo. Why do they like such texture inconsistency in their food? I don't know. But
I like how because this is from the person, because it's our Discord. So he actually sent you this photo.
correct.
And he knew it was
He
gonna be
well, he
shit
didn't send it to me
because-
particularly. He posted it for everyone to see, and
Everyone.
Yeah.
But he knew it was going to be shit because he wouldn't even put it on a real plate. He used a paper plate for that so he could throw it away in its entirety if need be. He was prepared.
Yeah.
Plate and all in the trash.
And Cynic is reminding me that Hundreds of Thousands is a brand.
Okay.
And I believe that it was. I thought that it was, although I don't know what a ploinker is, but I'm gathering that it's not a compliment.
I call them thousands and millions because it really annoys people.
Fairy bread is a birthday staple. Here we enjoy things like
Yeah.
cake and ice cream. I don't know. Call me crazy.
Mr. La-di-da over there with your bank accounts.
Well, and then somebody asked me, were they sprinkles or jimmies? Well, I don't live in Midwest podunk buttfuck nowhere, so sprinkles. No offense to anyone who lives in podunk Midwest nowhere.
Yeah, it's not like they understood that joke anyway,
Right.
if they lived there.
Yeah. Crunchy peanut butters for real men. Yeah, let me take the stance, smooth or nothing. I'm a texture guy. That's a lot of this comes down to. I
Yeah.
can't bite into something I expect to be soft and find chunkers in there. I just can't do it.
I agree.
It's just crunchy peanut butter. No. Right. Moving along. Yeah, so there's Fairy Bread if you've never heard of it. And I actually know an American who's had it now in America. And it, I don't know. Can't y'all just bake a
Maybe
cake? You're putting sugar and butter. Like, it's all of the constituent elements of a cake. It's sugar, butter, eggs, flour. Make a fucking cake.
It's gourmet and it's a deconstructed cake.
Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
And people travel through the outback like fucking hundreds of miles to eat some of this shit, Polly, you know?
Do they?
Probably.
Hmm.
I mean, it's Australia. Their houses are hundreds of miles apart, aren't they?
It's true. Far's got to pack a lunch just to get to 7-Eleven, so. All right. Kidnapping victim escapes trunk vehicle after it crashes into Seattle home. Since we're running long, Sin, you want the elevator version? Here's what happens. Imagine you're in Seattle.
Dude.
Now, I know that's bad enough.
Wow.
But
That is bad, yeah.
yeah, you're living in Seattle. Horror of horrors, okay? That's where you are. And you're sitting in your living room. You're a father, and you got your 2 kids with you, right? All of a sudden, fucking boom! A car crashes into your fucking house. And you're like, what the fuck? The car ignites on fire, causing the house around you to ignite on fire. So, as any wise person would do in such a shocking situation, you grab your children and you scuttle them outside, and you're standing on the lawn, and you're looking at your house turning ablaze, and you're like, well, at least I got the kids out of there, and the wife ain't home, so okay, everything's fine. But what's that? You hear this screaming. You hear this noise. There's somebody in the house, but my kids are here. My wife isn't here. That's a man's voice. What's going on? You go up to the fucking car that's sticking out of your fucking house that caused the inferno to ignite, and a man gets out of the trunk.
Jesus.
It was the owner of the car who had been beaten and cut and thrown in the trunk of his own car. The robbers and assaulters then jumped behind the wheel of the vehicle, and started driving it. And for some unknown reason, crashed into this guy's fucking house, which caused it to ignite. They jumped out of the driver's seat and took the fuck off. And that's why this story has at the end, detectives are investigating the
Breaking
incident.
news overnight, a shooting at Gasworks Park in Seattle has left
goddamn you.
1 man dead and 1
Least you
serious.
could do, officer.
Well, Lakewood
Oh,
is the latest
Jesus
city
Christ,
to
really?
recriminalize public drug use. A new ordinance passed tonight makes it a gross.
Public drug use. I hate the autoplay. I mean, you guys couldn't hear it because I'm just sharing my screen, but this news channel just started talking. It autoplayed a video because I'm on their channel. So it's like, let's autoplay a video so we can claim that we got a view, and even though you weren't even looking at it.
Yeah.
I hate that shit so much. Anyway. So yeah, police are investigating the incident. The police asked the public to call the violent crimes tip line because they don't know who the fuck it was. They have no fucking idea. The blaze incinerated. I looked further into the story. All the physical evidence, who he was, like fingerprints on the wheel, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, so he's kind of gotten away with it.
The nanny cam in the living room was also burnt to a crisp. So yeah, no dice, home slice.
Now, there it is. That's my action-packed story of the week. Moving on. To be more America, Baskin-Robbins launches new chicken and waffles flavored ice cream.
That's too America.
I love it.
Too America.
I am so... All the applause, claps in chat.
Chicken and ice cream, dude.
Yeah.
Come, listen to yourself.
And it wasn't them Ben and Jerry commie poly words either. Baskin-Robbins.
Oh, now you say poly words.
I hate those two bastards.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, we're extremely rich, hippie,
Oh.
billionaire commies, and we support Black Lives Matter and every other leftist cause you could think of. Are you going to redistribute your wealth, you fucking poly words? No. Fuck what? What? What we're going to do to show our support is create an ice cream flavor in support of potato farming at gunpoint.
Yeah, that seems more accurate.
I'm down for this. Chicken and waffles flavored ice cream. This sounds like a good idea. I want to try it. Don't you want to try it, Sin? I guess not. Okay.
I think he was already trying it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you were thinking about it?
I don't really like ice cream.
Okay. A weird admission.
I don't. I got fed off cheeseburgers and pizza.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that's
not
bad.
sweets and snacks.
I just, Drogo, favorite ice cream flavor.
Dude, I'm so vanilla when it comes to ice cream. I like vanilla.
Like the gourmet vanilla with little bits of the bean in it, whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if I can, certainly. Yeah.
Brunch
Also,
vanilla.
there's I mean, it's obviously it's an English thing. Cornish clotted cream.
That sounds terrible.
I know what clotted
Oh,
cream
no,
is.
dude.
What makes it
Awesome.
Cornish?
Cornwall is actually well known for their clotted cream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Devon for their jam, which is why they've been locked in a perilous war for generations now, over which goes on the scone first. The cream or the jam.
If I
That's
am
true.
to eat an ice cream, I usually go for like the birthday cake.
That's a flame. See, I'm with you. I don't tend to eat ice cream. It takes up too much room in my freezer because even as you deplete what's in the container is still the same size, so it's still taking up a lot of room, and it hurts my teeth. So I'm not really an ice cream man either.
I mean, I don't have
I'm
ice
cool
cream
enough.
a lot, but I've just never thought of announcing that I don't do ice cream. That's weird.
I
Well, I mean, you're
can do
outnumbered.
ice cream, but I don't have any in my house.
I know, neither do
For
I
me.
right now.
Like there's
Nope.
ice cream for the woman, there's ice cream for the kids, but not for me. I don't like. We all like our different stuff. I'm just. Oh, I can do a frozen yogurt custard once in a while, but just straight up ice cream is few and far
Take a
between.
sorbet. How do you feel about a sorbet?
A sherbet's not too bad.
You go for a okay.
I
See,
like
that's,
all of
yeah,
them.
that's fine.
The sherbet, the sorbet, and the third one that I can't remember the name of.
It's a froyo. I lost my sweet tooth. Like it's almost non-existent now since I got older. You know.
Well, you know what?
The only thing that gets me are fruity flavored things, like actual flavored gummy bears, juji fruits, that kind of shit. I just don't buy them because I will eat all of them.
See, I just go for fruit. I don't go for the fruit flavor. I'll just go for the actual fruit. I'll go to the sauce.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to get purple?
I had a banana today.
Purple flavor
Yeah,
is the best flavor. I mean, they say it's great, but it's not. It's purple flavor. You know what I mean? It doesn't taste anything like grape.
It's currant.
currant.
But you've also got fruit flavor. Like what flavor is it? Fruit. Yeah, but which one? Yeah, just fruit. All of them.
We have orange, and we also have licorice in our Juji fruits. Those are delicious.
I'd say orange is the superior flavor when it comes to candy.
Do you mean like American licorice
cherry.
or like black licorice?
Black licorice.
Okay, yeah.
Actual licorice, not that red licorice.
So you're a proper
nonsense.
Italian that you can get down with some anisette.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's anisette and licorice root. Red
Sweet.
licorice is not licorice. I have this argument with Shelly at least once a week.
Oh, yeah, it's strawberry flavored ish, that kind of thing. Drunkle, I know he's not a fan of the ouzo, the anisette, the sambuca. Yeah.
Oh God, no! I fucking hate sambuca.
I like it. I like it. Not all the time, but I definitely like it.
Steve Prawn buys it every time I'm having a drink with him. He always buys a fucking tray of sambucas, and I go, "Oh, for fuck's sake, why?" And he goes, "Why? You love it."
You love it. Yeah.
You love it. I go, "See, I don't. I fucking hate it, and I hate you, and this is why people don't like Asians."
Oh man, classic Napoleon thing. A shot of anisette, 3 espresso beans, light it on fire. Fantastic.
I think I have some anisette somewhere in the studio. I'll have to give it a go.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Moving along. Speaking of chicken, video. Thank you to Alamo, Gulf City Alamo, for this one. Video shows mass order of KFC arriving at Xi Jinping's hotel during Putin visit, even though it's supposed to have been rebranded in Russia, but apparently not.
My God! Wow,
That's a lot of KFC.
Matt, until you scroll down, I mean, you see, all right, you're looking at 3 bags of KFC. Still quite a lot, isn't it? But then you scroll down and, Jesus, why is the circle around the 3 bags and not around the entire fucking photo?
Well, the idea is that KFC is one of them virtue signaling brands that pulled out of Russia and sold.
Oh, yeah.
And sold off all of their stores, and the people that they sold them off to rebranded a while ago. That's the Colonel, yo.
Mm.
And
what's more American?
And 18 bags.
Than the white guy selling fried chicken.
18 bags full of KFC. And they have no proof that it was they have no proof that it was for the Chinese delegation, but I think it was. Because I found out something that I didn't know. There are over 9,000. I got to say it. I got to say the thing. There were over 9,000 locations for KFC in China, mainland. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's over 9,000 in Ohio alone.
Yeah. You know what frightens me about KFC is that there are KFC buffets in America.
Ugh.
Really?
Yeah. Like you go in and they just keep refilling the fucking heat, the trays, the heating trays, with chicken.
Yeah.
And chicken poppers and fries, and there's a big gravy fucking.
Oh,
with a
yeah,
ladle.
the gravy, mate. Yeah, gravy's where it's at for me.
Can you imagine the fucking ALR-esque lard Jabba the Hutt-like figures that waddle, nay, motorized scooter themselves into that fucking joint and belly up for hours at a time when it's an all-you-can-eat KFC buffet? Fuck me.
Oof. That's hemorrhoids is what I'm hearing.
They're all sitting on hemorrhoid pillows. It's fine.
That's not diarrhea. You're getting hemorrhoids if you eat that much KFC.
Yeah, I don't really think they care about their physical health, lest they wouldn't look like they do.
Right? You wouldn't be at a KFC buffet if you did care.
That's true.
Moving along, 29-year-old woman who posed as a teen student wanted to relive her high school experience.
How'd she do?
Well, there she is.
Got bullied.
A Rutgers University grad attended class for 4 days before school administrators found out she was a woman pushing 30 and not a teenage girl.
You were learning for free. Get out of here.
Gelber said his client, who had moved from South Korea to attend the U.S., to attend a private boarding school at age 16, had no ill intentions and was simply the lonely.
That is incredibly lonely.
Yeah. So what was wrong with Rutgers? I mean, it's fucking Rutgers. Why didn't you go to the POC only social spaces and whatnot, and found all of the like-minded individuals who would have cheered you on for completely immutable characteristics you possessed.
Because it was a POC only space, she would have got racially abused by the other POC.
Oh. She said she had longed for an
There's your high
environment
school
similar to her
experience.
boarding school days, surrounded by friends, and hoped to recreate it at a New Brunswick high school, ABC reported. At no time was anyone or any student in danger. Well, who the fuck thought that? What? Huh?
I hope she got what she was looking for, you know? Wandering through the corridors and someone just goes, "Oh, he's small tits." She's like,
Look at page
good to be
6. Proof Halle Berry never goes online. Halle Berry recalls shock at seeing racist images over Little Mermaid role. I guess you've never been online.
I'm really glad Halle Berry fucking... Oh, wait, no. Halle Bailey. That is the little... No, it's not Halle Berry.
I misread it. I don't care.
It's the other one. It's the fish girl.
I don't know. I read from that, was convinced that was Halle Berry. I don't pay attention to these
Yeah,
fucking
no,
things.
I mean, you look at that, you think Halle Berry, don't you? You fucking...
Not really. Her eyes are way too far apart. I thought that was someone else.
No, that's why she is casting for a fish woman.
I just clued into what you meant. Yeah, she's got a walleye, didn't she?
Yeah. Next up, she's going to be the princess and the frog, but she ain't going to be the princess, you know?
Yeah. So, with the inability to blame anyone else, the Uvalde police have moved on to blaming the gun. He has a
Well,
battle
why not?
rifle.
We blamed an SUV.
Yeah. Now, we all recall, of course, seeing the...
Sorry, I got a phone call. I didn't mean to just abruptly disappear. But Drunkle just had a point. Blame the SUV. I just watched that trial. Matt Orchard did a video on it. That was insane. That guy is literally crazy.
What are you talking... What?
The Daryl Brooks trial, the Christmas parade killer.
Right. I mean, it was crazy. He made a fort and hid. Okay, yeah.
No, the guy is crazy.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He was crazy enough to make a fort out of boxes of files and hide from the judge. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, he represented himself. They kicked him out of the thing. He objected to everything. But him talking about blaming the SUV just made me think about that, an SUV attack.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, that's how the media handled it. Do you remember, Polly? Because he was a man of color, the headlines were SUV kills a load of people.
Yeah. Now I get the connection. I was waiting for it. I was like, what are we talking about here? No. I absolutely get it now. And wanting to blame something other than... So we all recall the video of them standing around for hours and hours, and we're looking for the right key even though the door was unlocked. All of the fucking things, right? And it's like, let's go in. Let's hold back the father who wants to go in. Whatever we do, let's not go in. Now,
Not hold back, arrest.
yeah. Now, they were armed with all the things. They had ARs, they had shotguns, they had handguns, they had body armor, they had helmets. Is body armor going to stop a rifle? No, it wouldn't stop most rifles. This article is lengthy in the extreme talking about ARs, but my favorite part about it is the quotes that are pulled out of the video that has audio attached to it and over their communication devices. Uvalde Police Department Sergeant Daniel Coronado stepped outside, breathing heavily, got on his radio to warn others. I have a male subject with an AR, Coronado said. The dispatch crackled on the radio to another officer on the opposite end of the building. Fuck, the officer said. AR, another exclaimed, alerting others nearby.
I think maybe that guy's actually a pirate. He just went, "R."
See, I really have a hard time believing that there's not something shady happening here.
That these guys are ridiculous fucking cowards?
Okay.
Sin.
This just doesn't make sense. He has an AR-15. This man has an AR-15. Well, we can't do anything about AR-15s. If only the president had outlawed them sooner.
Get this. You knew that it was definitely an AR. Really? I remember the Virginia Tech shooting? I do.
That you mean the one that most deadly handgun shooting ever?
Yeah. Like up until the don't let anyone convince you it was anything other than a terrorist attack. The terrorist attack on the Pulse nightclub, that is
that was a terrorist attack.
It was a fucking terrorist attack. No, it was a closeted gay man who wanted a homophobic strike. It was a fucking terrorist attack. And he struck out against fucking people that he thought particularly deserved it in his deranged fucking ass mind. Anyway, that is the most lethal mass shooting. Right up until that point, though, it was the Virginia Tech shooting, and he did all that with a handgun. Did it have extended magazines on it? No, it didn't. Just a handgun. So anyway, you knew that it was definitely an AR. Ridiculously on fire, flaming, quivering coward, Sergeant Donald Page said in an interview with investigators after the school shooting. Quote.
And then he looked into the camera and he said, if only President Biden had outlawed assault weapons earlier,
right,
this wouldn't have happened. This is so fucking blatant to me.
There was no way of going in. We had no choice but to wait and try to get something that had better coverage where we could actually stand up to him. Like ARs that you had, for example? I can't believe turn in your guns, go away. You're beyond incompetent. I'm not trying to say that I want to or feel the need to rush someone who has an AR, but when you outnumber him wildly, outgun him wildly, out-equip him wildly, and your answer is, well, I had an AR, there's nothing we could do. Are you fucking serious? Well, you sat there and listened to him kill and kill and kill?
I don't mean to tell you how to run your news, but unless you want me saying some very questionable shit very quickly, we might need to move on.
All right.
I think Polly should get a taste of his own fucking medicine in that regard.
No, I'm just saying, everyone talks about Sandy Hook. And
all right, we're moving on. Fresno man arrested 10 times in a month, police say.
Wow.
There's his mugshots.
Huh.
Plural.
Maybe
I like how the reporter went to the length to get all 10 of them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Maybe he's just like an out-of-work actor, not a lot of money. He just needs some headshots on the cheap.
Can I get those in 8x10 glossies? And the arresting officer's like, huh?
I bought a couple of different outfits. Is that okay?
Chasen is facing
Can I change real quick?
18 felonies, 15 misdemeanors, with charges including stealing 6 vehicles, DUI, vandalism, fraud, possession of a controlled substance, and more.
My favorite is the third one.
Vandalism?
It's busy.
No, the third photo, right? I'd cast him,
He looks like every drug dealer in an NCIS show.
Yeah.
I think that's what he was going for. I'm going for nonchalant concern. Yeah, you nailed it, mate. Good work.
Okay,
He's got range.
Just looking at the clock, I realize we are wildly over time. So let's wrap this fucker up, shall we? So now it's time to get in your last minute donations. Were you considering to throw one at me, which it would be greatly appreciated if you did. The monitor fund is near completion. My God, I hate to show for particular things I need, but I'm so close. Yeah, because I want to buy 2 at the same time, and I'm not even buying fancy ones like the 4K one Sam has. Sure, I could torrent 4K movies, but why would I want to? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, these are regular 1080 Dell monitors I'm looking for, but I got to buy 2 at the same time because you know what's going to happen with my luck or anyone's luck. You buy fucking one, and then you go back to buy another one, and guess what? They stop making it. So you have 2 mismatched monitors. First world problems.
I've got 2 mismatched monitors.
Yeah. Just another guy says, I am not complaining. I don't.
And I love you both equally.
Yeah, I didn't think you were. It's fine. Okay. I'm sorry to say that a devastating asteroid hitting Earth is more likely than previously thought, but as Drunkle reported on Monday, that one that was, what was it? 1,200 chipmunks wide?
69 American alligators.
69 American alligators. which is equivalent to, I think, 1,200 northern reticulated chipmunks.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Did you need to say it? Everyone knows that.
Duh. But I read through this article far, and everyone else who, lives here on Earth, it's still an unlikely event. It's more likely than we thought. Yeah, well, it's more likely than we thought, but still a highly unlikely event. But we keep our fingers crossed.
It's all incredibly unlikely, isn't it? They'd be like, oh my God, we could get hit by a fucking asteroid. It's going to be passing. And guys, get this, within 1,000 million miles of our planet. Do you know how close that is?
I think that if an actual asteroid was coming, they wouldn't say shit because they know people would panic.
You're probably right, yeah.
What? I think you've seen too many Hollywood movies. Are you sure people wouldn't just sit down with a tremendous sense of relief?
I would.
You're bringing too much realism to Hollywood there, Polly. I mean, you wouldn't make that car payment, would you?
No kidding. In our penultimate article, this is. You guys ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Superior Court judge faces charges of super extreme DUI.
Wow.
After a stop near a Prescott Safeway.
Super extreme.
That is an actual criminal charge in Arizona.
The fuck did she do?
Well, we were talking about the 40 stream, Sinatra. We were going to drink nothing but Old English. That's how you get super extreme DUI. You got to drink nothing but malt liquor. I'm just kidding, of course. According to court records, Sally Hancock faces 4 charges of DUI, including super extreme DUI, being arrested in Prescott. For reference, a blood alcohol level of 0.2 and above is classified under the law, ladies and gentlemen, as super extreme DUI. Hell yeah!
You could have done, but you could have gone for the ultimate DUI. That's the best one.
Dead?
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, she did it. Her friend said she couldn't, but she did.
yeah, I'll show them. I've got these fucking 18 bags of fried chicken. I got to get it to Xi Jinping. That's why I'm speeding.
You'll never catch that charge, Sally. You're going to throw up first. Fuck you, I will.
I got this.
Tape up my hands. I'll still be able to steer the car. Do it.
I see this steady parade of simple DUI people with this 0.1 blood alcohol level. I'll show them what wine mom and box wine drinking's all about. Let's do this.
Bitch, I'm a judge.
She sat down with her plastic glass and her boxed wine, and they'll never say that about her again.
She has one of those novelty, giant wine glasses.
A fucking judge. I love it. Oh, Arizona. Are you never not the best? Okay, moving along to our final article. And if you recall, the stream was entitled All of the No.
Spider warning, chat. Is your spider warning.
In case you were thinking Australia was bad for its creatures, they've discovered a new one. I give you the new species of spider discovered in Australia.
I don't want it.
Supersized trapdoor spider discovered in Australia. Holy fuck.
That looks just like the sole of my shoe.
How big is the trapdoor?
It's one of those Bugs Bunny-esque trapdoors.
Right.
Akira, thank you for the $3. Super extreme. Did she get a DUI skateboarding or on a mega ramp? Yeah, right.
She got it on the half pipe coming back down.
You know what really bothers me about this particular spider, other than its size, is that its back shell there, it's a fucking crab. That's a fucking shiny crab shell. And you can see all 8 of its disgusting little beady eyes.
It's armored, dude.
Yeah. And look at its ass. That's not something laying on the ground. That's its thorax back there, man. Look at that
But you're
fucking
gonna
thing.
step on it, and it's gonna
I didn't
steal
even
your
see
shoe.
that. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's massive. Okay, and you think we're done? We ain't done. That's the male.
Oh.
Want to see the female?
No, the
Oh
female of
my
the species
God!
is deadlier than the.
Ugh.
That is not. Like, what does he see in her? She is not sexy at all.
Look at that fucking thing. Look at it.
Look at that, she got fucking junk in the trunk right there.
Yeah.
She's got 10 legs.
All of a sudden, like, I'm feeling tingly. Like, I keep.
Yeah, I know. Scratch around. I know what you mean. Sin, like, it's like 10 legs. Those are actually just its mandibles for pulling food towards its disgusting maw.
Yeah.
God,
yes,
that made me
this.
jump.
Yeah.
Keep firing, little girl. The
Don't
female's
stop.
coming for you.
It's still moving. Just another guy. Thank you very much for the $21. Greatly appreciate. Since I care about your health, yes, you should work out, including your legs, as you should outlive your enemies, raise an army of descendants, and laugh while those who said you couldn't crumble.
That's right. And you can't raise an army if you don't do leg day.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, he's got a point. I guess it's, yeah.
See, those aren't mandibles, Polly. Those are arms. It has arms.
Yeah. And it didn't skip bicep day. Look at him.
You know why I do leg day? You know why I train legs fervently once a week?
Go on.
Greater stomping power.
Yes, and I think we need that more than ever.
I wear
also-
a big shoe. I've got big feet, big strong legs. I can stomp the shit out of any spider. So bring it on, little fucker.
The idea of
These...
I have been opposed to this since day one. Okay, I wear a size 11. Okay, in Adidas anyway, and if any insect, arachnid, any kind of exoskeletal creeper of this sort, okay, if I stomp it and it's still visible outside the size of my shoe, it's too fucking big, and I don't want to live in that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm getting at? The idea, like, yeah,
I do.
you could stomp this fucking thing, but the idea that you're gonna send guts squirting right across the room, hopefully to hit your girlfriend, because that'd be hilarious. No, it's just too big.
I just don't like the look that it's only just been discovered as well, which means like they've been underground in their little trapdoors. What have they been up to all this time when we didn't even know about them? They've been plotting.
Yeah.
They've been scheming.
Consolidating their nefarious power, yes.
Right? They've created a fucking like a communications network, a web, if you will, and they're coming for us.
That spider would hold up your foot when you try to step on it.
Right.
Well, not to
And throw you
not
off
to
to the
emasculate.
side.
not to emasculate Polly or Drunkle here, but I wear a 13 shoe. And I'm gonna do my goddamn best. That thing can pick me up and smack me side to side, but I'm gonna fucking try, god damn it.
I'm gonna
think
back
you
roll,
get
get
mugged
up, and
by one
dive
of
back
these.
on it, and we'll wrestle it out if we have to. I hate the idea of an insect that could survive a strike from a wiffle ball bat. That you need to go get an actual bat to do it. You know what I mean?
Well, I've got
See,
good
that's
news
where I
for you,
don't even
Polly.
fuck around. I just do the actual bat.
I've got good news for you. This isn't an insect.
Well, that's why I said arachnid, because I knew there was going to be some actually fucker. Valine's already got that job, Drunkle.
I know.
God's sake.
See, women can do some things better than men.
And Zombie Teddy said, thank you. I didn't want to sleep for the next week. And that was my goal. I suffer from clinically diagnosed insomnia. Welcome to my world. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is all of the schnews that is unfit for publication. That's why I'm sure you'll see it in the newspaper near you.
Oh, here we go.
Well, there's one that hasn't been hit in a hot minute. Gamer Valine, thank you for the 1350. First of all, regular trapdoor spiders are as big as it is. Secondly, this makes me living in Arizona even more logical. I can just shoot the spider based on the laws we've discussed. Yeah. And anytime you feel at risk of or personal safety wise, shoot away.
These spiders are gonna like absorb the bullets and spit it back to you like the villain in The Mask.
I don't like the idea of a spider that. Dude, the spiders that I've seen in my life, like shooting it would be a marksmanship challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you miss this one, you're an asshole.
But like this thing, like you could track the bullet wound through its body. It's that big, you know. It fucking hell. I'm just,
I don't, it's so shiny, and they
Yeah.
shouldn't be shiny.
I'm just going to minimize it here so I don't have to look at it anymore, and I'll turn it off for you
Oh, I
guys
don't
over
blame
there.
you.
That's just stop strumming so you guys don't have to look at that. So this brings us to the end of the stream, and as we always ask about this time, Sinatra, got anything going up for us, man?
Yeah, I got a video going up on the Sin and Sash channel. Go ahead, check that out at your leisure. And we're not too late. I might do some Tucker wrap up on Twitch afterward.
Very nice, very nice. And Drunkle, you got a video going up for us there, buddy?
I don't know if you heard the news, but no, currently demonetized. You know that I can't. It says start appeal, right? To appeal, and all it does is open a help menu. Like I can't actually appeal. And you go to the help menu, and I go, okay, how to start your appeal? Press the start appeal button. Okay, do that. Opens up the help menu again. Look, it's broken, man. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually no way for me to appeal.
Fuck.
What do I do? Yeah.
You accept the superior evaluative faculties of the Silicon Valley geniuses who are our overlords.
And I, for one, welcome our new arachnid overlords. I will be heading over to twitch.tv/drunkleplays. It is World War Wednesday. If you were there for the stream on Sunday, then you will have seen that everyone died except for one person. So instead of playing XCOM 2 tonight, we're going way back. We're going back in time to right some wrongs. On tonight's stream, I Need a Hero, where we're playing XCOM 1.
Really?
And we're going to work our way back up to XCOM 2. Hopefully, the timeline will have changed.
That's fucking okay. I actually know that game. That's cool.
It's a badass game, mate. Badass. I'm just terrible at them.
So, speaking of games, I have been installing and playing through, or trying to, miserably, a number of the games that people have generously gifted me. I've been having a lot of fun with Call of Juarez, because it's fucking awesome. Lisa gifted me Among Us. I'm not sure why, but to find out who is the sus, as the kids would say.
Oh, we got to play that, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I do have that, and Lisa was saying earlier on that she got.
No, I don't ever fucking stop talking. If you don't like the commentary, just go masturbate to the video by yourself instead of masturbating to my words. Okay? Fuck off.
Gabriel, thank you for the $8. It's true. I never do stop talking. PSA, the Fed had a meeting today on raising rates again. Pucker the buttholes even tighter. Great.
But they are already so puckered.
Yeah. I mean, there's a recession and there's a depression. You know that feeling you have? It's a depression.
And then there's banks collapsing.
Yeah. But at least we can take comfort that the news will never admit that it's a depression.
And we don't live in Australia.
Yeah, there's also that going on. I hope you enjoy Under a Killing Moon. Lisa, I certainly will. I've installed it, but I haven't had a chance to get into it yet. I'm still trying to figure out the 15-button monstrosity that is a fucking Xbox controller. You know, the Castlevania series. Been loving the shit out of that because it's just so much fucking 8-bit goodness. Now I've been playing Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, fucking loving it. And I'm thinking of buying, because they're only $10 on Amazon, the USB NES controllers. Is there any better way to play a NES game than with an old school NES controller? I don't think so.
I don't know.
You might be right.
Well, you know a NES controller, you know, the little classic rectangles, you know? No?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were video game. Oh, fuck, whatever.
I'm saying yes.
Yeah. So anyway, got all that stuff working and installing and trying to figure it out. I'm finding out that Platty's predictions of the difficulty level of Hollow Knight, we're not exaggerated. Castlevania is much more at my Metroidvania level, if you will. But still having a lot of fucking fun playing it. So yeah, I'll figure my shit out. In any case, that is all of the things. I'd like to thank everybody for their very generous donations. So close to my monitor. Fuck yes. Very happy about that. And I appreciate all of your efforts in that regard to making the show better, because then I'll be able to do it on 2 screens instead of the 2 half-assed daisy-chained versions of what I'm doing right now, including one that's a 4x3 monitor that isn't even actually technically a monitor. I do what I got to do. That's why I'm constantly having to jump things up and down, and my taskbar gets used during the stream like you wouldn't want to fucking believe. Drunkle!
No, yeah.
Where can they find us next?
We're going to be back on Friday on the Silent Sin channel at 9:30 p.m. GMT for the last time. Well, not ever, but you know.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the return to normality, you know. Oh, good lord. 5:30 p.m. EST, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island, Pollybobs.
Excellent. I'm glad it will be the last time. It's always nice when we're on the same time. Western Australia, get your shit in order. We finally realigned with them with the spring forward deal. Arizona, too. Get your shit in order. What are you, Australia? What the fuck?
Right?
Engineer MK asked, how do you send me something? If you're talking about a game, I'm simply Polydub on STEM. If you're looking to send me something, what you do is ask Sinatra very, very nicely if he wouldn't mind receiving something in his P.O. box for me. And then he sends it on to me because he's awesome like that. But you ask him first, and then it arrives. I think he said sure in the background there. So, yeah.
I said that's true.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, you don't just send it to him. You ask, it'd be cool if you send him something. And then generally he says yes, but...
I say please.
Yeah. You ask him nicely, and he generally says yes, but you got to ask him first to know.
Yeah. Helps to sweeten the pot a little bit. Put some of them real fruit flavored gummy bears in there. You know, that's what he likes.
Sure.
There it is. I remember back in the day when you told me that you got a 5-pound bag of gummy bears in your PO box.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's and I remember saying you actually ate it, like, because it was on, like, it was long before I was on AAA or whatever the fuck. It was like, this was way back in the day. And I said, remember that when you mentioned that on one stream? You said, yeah. I'm like, and you actually ate them? Because like I'm thinking like somebody like shot them full of fucking, an expectorant or a fucking laxative or whatever, and you just went right away. You're like, hell yeah, I ate them.
The thing is, you don't need laxative for those. They already, if you eat too many gummy bears, your butt will let you know you ate too many gummy bears.
Yeah, and it was the sealed Haribo package.
Oh, gotcha. I'm pretty sure that's Harbo, but
whatever.
Yeah. All right. Thank you again, everybody, very much for your donations and for being here. Greatest chat online. We will see you over on Sinatra Channel on Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern and 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island. Until then, have a good night, everybody.
Later. I'll see y'all on Twitch.
Polly, play the thing.
I am going to play the thing.